I believe it was 4 years ago, this month or this time of the year, where an announcement by a professional basketball player changed the perception of a lot of fans, if you will. So 4 years ago, LeBron James decided to leave the Cleveland Cavaliers to join the Miami Heat. And when this news happened, in Miami, people were celebrating. People were acting like they were already going to win the championship in the first season, right? Right? Knowledge of wrestling? You seen the news? They had parades in South Beach and all that, right? While in Cleveland, people were burning the jerseys. It was acting like it was the end of the world. Now, let's fast forward now 4 years later. LeBron has won 2 championship rings with the Miami Heat. And now, it's been reported, breaking news, that LeBron James is now officially back with the Cleveland Cavaliers. My, oh my, how things go in full circle, if you will. And apparently now I question now, well, today's youth of America, well, you know, will they all of a sudden become now Cleveland Cavalier fans?
Perhaps, most likely.
And the news today also broke out. Apparently, Chris Bosh was supposed to sign with the Houston Rockets, but now he signed, I believe, a 5-year, 3-year deal with the Heat for $118 million.
Yeah.
That's a shitload of money. But, anywho, guys, there you go. This will be the Team Heel Podcast, episode 49. As always, I'm Heel Steven, joined by Knowledge of Wrestling, Duo Dreamer, and the return. Damn, it's the return of the Double Z TV. Double Z the Man, Double Z the Man, Double Z the Man, whatever. Yeah.
He's silent again, I think.
Silent again. Yeah, he's silent again. He's having audio issues apparently, but did I get it right though? If so, just put your thumb up. We can't, bro. We can't even hear him, man.
Steven.
What happened? I heard you there, but I mean, again, my thing is there's this huge delay in your audio. Am I right, guys? Here, like, I'm not bullshitting here. If I was, you know what I'm saying?
You're not.
There's this huge 10 or 12-second delay.
I'm still being freaking bumped up my internet speeds like a month or two.
Huh?
Oh, God.
I don't even know.
I don't know what the hell you said, but okay. As long as I can hear you, that's all that matters, man. All you gotta do, Double Z, is believe!
Oh, God.
Which is funny about Bo Dallas. Apparently, he was the highest thing on the memes this week. If you guys know, apparently, if you guys follow the World Cup, let's talk about little sports for a bit. All right?
Okay.
Selected sports, not, you know, people think, oh yes, they're gonna talk about, you know, the American Handball League. You know, we don't do that. If you want to do that, you go to Knowledge of Wrestling's channel. But anywho, the World Cup is coming to an end, literally this Sunday. It'd be a sad day for football fans or soccer fans in America. A sad, sad day. And what will suck the most is I will not be able to watch the final because I have to work that day.
Ouch.
Yeah, I know. But the big news out of this week was that Brazil played Germany in the semifinals of the World Cup. And let's be honest here, when you think of the World Cup and you hear about Brazil and their reputation in soccer, you always think of Brazil being that phenomenal team, right? The favorites, if you will, right? We always hear about Brazil. When you hear World Cup and you pick a favorite, mostly people will pick Brazil. And people, I'm sure, were assuming, hey, Brazil was going to win. And they lost to Germany, but damn, they lost badly. 7-1.
Ow.
And in soccer, well, in football, for all the European viewers out there, that is bad. That is holy shit.
7-1.
7-1. Yes, that is a spanking.
Wow.
That is the ultimate humiliation. That is putrid, atrocious, mind-boggling. I can't think of any other words. But
Unrealistic.
Unrealistic. It's sad. That's embarrassing.
And in Brazil, too.
And to quote to quote a good chef that I know, Chef Gordon Ramsay. It's raw. It was fucking raw. Well, not really raw, but you kind of get the idea, right? And yeah, exactly. It's embarrassing. It's crazy when you think about it, right? Brazil, a team that's supposed to be the favorite to win, and they don't win.
They stink it up, and now they play tomorrow instead.
Yeah, I know. They play tomorrow, and tomorrow, who are they going to play? I believe tomorrow they play. Yeah, tomorrow Holland. Yeah, which is another shock too. I literally, my prediction was the final was going to be Holland versus Germany. That was my prediction for the final, and I was wrong. It's going to be Argentina versus Germany in the World Cup final. It was funny because I've been watching the World Cup games on the ESPN. I refuse to watch on Univision. As an Hispanic, I refuse to watch the finals on Univision.
Why is that?
Because those Spanish commentators are so fucking biased. So fucking biased towards their own country. And they act like Mexico, and they act like they know it all and shit. And that's why I'm watching on ESPN. And even they are biased too to the European teams and shit. And it's funny because when Argentina won, right, the semifinal game against Holland in penalty kicks, one of the announcers was like, "Oh, it's gonna be Messi versus the machines." Kind of has a nice ring to it if you think about it. Messi versus the machines.
Germany is the machine, and Messi is the standout guy for Argentina, and that's the guy that everyone's talking about.
And for a fact, listen, when we heard that Argentina is going to go to the finals, somewhere in Portugal, Cristiano Ronaldo is fucking pissed right now. Listen, as a South American, I'm hoping that Argentina gets the win. As a South American. But as a Peruvian, hell no. Hell no. But as a fan of Messi's in Barcelona, let him have it. If he wins the World Cup Sunday, then after he should just retire. He's done it all.
Nah,
bro,
he's not ready yet. He's only 20.
Dude, at his age, bro, you've won numerous Champions Leagues. You've won numerous, league titles. You've won now the World Cup, hypothetically speaking. You won the Club World Cup. You were 4-time Player of the Year,
yes.
Balón de Oro. Bro, that's a sweet resume, bro.
I know,
but at his age, retire.
I don't think he's that type of guy to just retire out of nowhere. I think he'll just keep on going.
That was me. Fuck.
That was you.
I won it all now. I've done it all. I built my money. At least I wouldn't quit. Like some athletes out there.
Like Messi could have played for the Spain national team. Because he left Argentina at a young age.
But he was national Argentina. But there you go. That's our soccer talk. Also, I'll say this as well. To me, the breakout star of this World Cup will be, in my personal opinion, James Rodriguez from Colombia.
Fuck.
Apparently, Real Madrid's offered him a 50 million euro contract for Real Madrid. That is if Higuaín from Argentina from Real Madrid leaves as well. So that happens, he's in Real Madrid. Total. Look at Chris and Zach. We lost him. What the fuck? We don't know shit about soccer. We want the rest. We want the wrestling talk. We're here for the wrestling talk.
Yes.
We want the wrestling talk here.
We don't know much about.
Fuck this Fulbito Paco sport. We want to hear the rest. Okay, well, here's your wrestling talk now, guys. A lot of things have happened. A lot has happened this week in the world of professional wrestling. Let's start here with Sunday. The big news came out. I believe it was Sunday, yeah. But it came out on Monday that Santino Marella has officially announced his retirement from professional wrestling. Apparently, WWE had a live event in Toronto where he came out to the ring. He came out in his regular street clothes, and he said, "You know what? I've been doing this for so many years," and apparently he had his third neck injury. And because of that, he planned to retire. He announced it, and apparently also, from reports that I read, apparently Santino was planning to retire eventually. But I'll say this, listen, about Santino Marella. Say what you want about the guy. You can say, he was a waste of TV time, he was a joke, which clearly his character was put out to be a joke, to laugh. Alright? But, as far as in-ring wrestling ability, wasn't that bad. You know, multiple time Intercontinental champ, well, former Intercontinental champion or 2-time, whatever it was, former U.S. champion, tag team champion. He was the runner-up in the 2011 Royal Rumble. Remember that?
Oh god. He almost beat Daniel Bryan.
You know, beat yeah, the Milan Miracle. Remember that? The Milan Miracle.
Too.
The Milan Miracle. I remember like it was yesterday when he debuted on that Raw in 07 in Milan, Italy, where Vince McMahon, after he got his head shaved ball, by the way, by Lashley in Austin, Donald Trump WrestleMania 23, they opened the show. They were in the ring, and McMahon said, "Oh, we're in Milan, Italy, fashion capital of the world," and he issued anyone in the crowd to face Umaga in an open challenge for the Intercontinental title, and he picked Santino Marella, who was sitting in the front row, right? And I'll be honest, at the time, I did not know about developmental or anything like this. So I'm like, all right, some random guy in the show. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, that's what I think, if you think about it also, to the casual fan, they don't know shit about developmental. In their eyes, hey, they're in WWE, that's where they started in WWE. They don't know anything about the indies or anything like that, right?
Right.
In the eyes of the casual fan. And they picked Santino Marella. He comes in. And the minute he said his name, the crowd went apeshit in Milan, Italy. That's what I remember. And obviously, he wore some blue jeans, these funny ass red sneakers, and he won the match by help of Bobby Lashley. After that, he was partnered with Maria Kanellis. He was the jealous boyfriend. And after that, he was partnered up with, I believe, with Beth Phoenix, Glamorella. And right there we had a debut of Santino Marella. Obviously, Santino in drag. Santino in drag in WrestleMania 25. That was probably the highlight of his career.
Being Miss WrestleMania.
Yeah, Miss WrestleMania. And he faced Vicky Guerrero for the title of the crown.
And he's the only one that can actually brag that he was a Intercontinental Champion, United States Champion, and Miss WrestleMania. No one else can touch that. No one else can touch that.
Hell no, absolutely not. Without a shadow of a doubt, absolutely not. No one can touch that right now. I think, again, the guy, say what you want about him, he literally was an entertainer, in my opinion. And I'll say this right now, all right? I'll say this shit right now.
Uh-oh.
At least Santino Marella, say what the fuck you want to say about him. At least he did not complain. He did not bitch. He did not moan. He didn't complain about his position in the company. He did his job and got his paycheck. And he didn't take his ball, went home, or took a sabbatical, or quit like a certain wrestler that we know, who is claiming to be the best in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Ouch.
More like the best quitter in the world, but you kind of get what I'm saying there, right?
Bottom line, Santino Marella had a lot of fun doing his character.
Exactly.
He had fun, and that's the bottom line. Having fun. If you're not having fun, get the fuck out.
Exactly.
That's what I say. What was your favorite moment with Santino Marella?
Mine had to be, I think I already said it. I think no, I haven't said it yet. I remember it was 2011. It was, I think they were in Raw. They were in the UK, and they had this teacup party.
Oh god.
Teacup party segment, and it was him and Vladimir Kozlov, and I think at the time they were the tag team champions, and they brought out Sheamus to be a guest, and I just had dinner and I'm kind of full. I'm belching here a little bit, and Santino Marella was literally hitting Sheamus with these one-line jokes about his skin. And then Sheamus got pissed, and apparently, it was funny. To me, that was just funny to me at the time. The fact that they were in the UK and the crowd just ate it up completely. Because remember, again, the crowd in Europe, the European fan base are more passionate than we are here in the States.
Yes, they are.
And you know what? I guess when we complain about wrestling, I'm sure, hey, they're laughing at us. I always think about that. They're laughing at us right now. There you go. What was your favorite?
I liked it when he was interacting with the Three Stooges. I don't know if you remember that segment when they were promoting the new movie Three Stooges and he was interacting with them. I thought that was like a match made in heaven. How they were, it was just so funny because the actors who played the Three Stooges were like, it made me feel like they're, the Three Stooges were alive again, and the way he interacted with them was like, it was magic. And I think anything like say with the Muppets, his interaction with other people outside of wrestling was always funny because he meshed with them comedic wise so well, in my
Exactly.
opinion. You know, but I will say this though, my all time favorite moment was when he wasn't Santino Morella. One of my all time favorite moments when he was in OVW as Boris Alexev. He was playing a Russian gimmick,
I think it was like
and
MMA, like also like MMA.
yeah,
Little, yeah, I remember. I
and
remember.
when I saw that, I was like, how come he's not doing that gimmick? That gimmick is awesome, and like how he's breaking people's arms and shit. But I guess to Vince, like he likes his passion, like he likes the ruthless aggression. But I think he was too small to play that role in the main roster. I think.
I always
I
thought it
think
was.
that's what.
I always thought one of those things where Vince probably at a meeting, he probably sneezed or coughed and he just came up with this shitty idea. That's it. You'll be Santino Marella from Italy. So Italian immigrant just came to America and all this funny shit.
But it shows that he has range though. When it comes to like acting wise, Santino Marella has range. You
Yeah,
know, if you see the Boris Alexev gimmick and the Santino Marella gimmick, you would actually appreciate how much range he has as a performer.
exactly.
He
Now,
has
now
incredible
legit.
range.
Yeah, the Santino Morella character. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I thought it was fine. Sometimes it was annoying, but for the most part, he did entertain everyone. It was funny. Uh, the Cobra. I mean, it wasn't really that good, but it was just for joking purposes. And then he introduced the real Cobra. And then the stuff like that T segment. I love that segment. I rewatched it I remember I rewatched it I think 2 months ago. Just him making fun of Sheamus. He even had upset victories. It was just hilarious. And the
Yep.
fact he won the IC title numerous times and tag team chain. The only title he was missing was the world title, and he
You
almost
almost
won
won
it.
that. You almost
He
did,
almost
yeah.
won it. He almost won the Royal Rumble. So it was cool that they actually gave him some chances. But I think he played his character well.
Double Z.
Well, first is my microphone at least working?
Yeah. Speak a little loud though.
Oh, my microphone's actually working this time?
Yeah, speak a little loud though. Put some soul into it.
Well, with the
Put some stank on it.
gimmick, I was never on board with it. Of course, the only funny thing that ever stands out with the whole thing was Sheamus and the tea parties, calling him a ginger and all that stuff. I mean, if they were going to at least try to put some seriousness in him, they should have at least given him a better gimmick instead of the Cobra, which looked like Hornswoggle's sleeping bag over his arm. It's going, "Ugh."
Damn.
I mean, it's even worse than the Samoan spike and the heart punch put together for a worst finishing move ever.
Cobra.
Cobra. Cobra. Cobra. Cobra. Cobra.
If my hand was bigger, I would have used the Sin Cara mask instead, being like, Cobra! And be like, oh great, Sin Cara bossed on another thing. He can't knock me out.
Ouch! Damn.
See?
I like him already. I like Zach already.
Me too.
Hey,
I like this kid already. Don't we all?
But I do want to add one more thing about Saints Mirror. There is one moment that I thought was very epic about him. Cobra versus Mr. Sacco at Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I remember that. That was just amazing.
That was epic. It was silly, but it was epic.
Indeed, it was. It absolutely was so epic. And okay, Fabe just tweeted us. Are you watching the Heel Steven TEAMHEEL podcast with I Do a Dreamer? It's not my podcast. Everyone thinks it's my podcast. Why? Oh, no. It's not my show. Everyone thinks it's my show, and it's not my show. It's everybody's show.
It's our show, as you told me a few days ago.
It's our show. Yeah, it's everybody's show. And I'm trying to get my documents here because we're gonna start reviewing some shows in a little bit here. But fuck this fucking laptop! I'm telling you. Oh, here it is. Here we go. It's up. Notepad. You fucking wingers. Here we go. But yeah, I mean, again, Santino Marella will always, to my understanding, I'm sure he'll still be with WWE. I'm hoping they don't fire him or they don't let him go or anything like that. I'm sure he can still stick around, maybe as an off screen or maybe a manager, if you will. Imagine Santino as a manager. I think that could work.
I do.
It definitely could work.
Santino the manager.
Or a GM or something like that.
Yeah.
I think to me with the GM though, I think it's already all played out in the sense where okay, what's the point of having a general manager when you have the authority?
True.
You know what I mean? I think if anything, he'll probably be in the. I think he can work the performance center, helping guys be entertaining.
Yes.
Find their charismatic side.
Like improve, because Santino, he had charisma and it helped him a lot. No, you couldn't really be bored with Santino. He always had something to say, whether it was funny. Sometimes he could be a little serious. You don't see that a lot, but there's times where he can.
Absolutely, I do agree with that as well. But yeah, I mean,
I would love to learn from him if I ever get the chance. If he does a seminar, I would love to learn from him.
Santina is the sexiest diva I've ever seen. Okay, Fabe, all right.
What's going on now?
He wrote in the comment thread, Santina, sexiest diva he's ever seen. All right. Hey, it's all good. Hey,
Oh God.
Him and the Great Khali. They're in him and the Great Khali. Remember that Great Khali was trying to kiss her?
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that's what happened. All right, guys, let's get on to Raw this past Monday, live from Montreal at the Bell Center. To me, this Raw, I'm gonna be honest, it really wasn't a best Raw in the world, but it was decent to me. But I'll say this: the crowd in Montreal were on fire. They were literally, going crazy for the show. And my good friend Simon Eichel HD was actually at the show at the Bell Center in Montreal, Canada. The same venue where Georges St. Pierre outboxed Josh Koscheck at UFC 124. Yep, that same venue. Yep. It opened up. It opened up with Roman Reigns in the ring, talking about, you know what? I know I have now a target on my back, pretty much. I'm talking about obviously the Fatal 4-Way match, right? The Fatal 4-Way match, at Battleground, which to my surprise is coming up shortly with no build whatsoever.
It's just a random pay-per-view.
Yeah, the road to SummerSlam. Yeah, I guess. And out comes Kane, and Reigns tells Kane, "Are you gonna be the Authority's puppet, or are you gonna be Orton's bitch?" And they brawl. They're going at it, in the ring, outside there, they go into the crowd and ends up with security and the referees coming out, right? And you see Jamie Noble, Finley come out to literally protect Roman Reigns as if he needs it, right? And you have, who else do you have? I think you have
Team IRS was out there. I think.
Yeah, so IRS was also there as well. And you see Roman Reigns with one arm. Oh shit. I lowered my volume, I don't know why, but I did. But anywho, and you see Roman Reigns with one arm just push Jamie Noble. Jamie Noble went flying, which I thought was funny as shit. And then he spears Spit Finley. He did a Superman punch. I thought this was a good way to open the show.
Yeah.
Just building up towards, the world title match, the Fatal 4, that we all know who's gonna win. Come on, let's not. We all know who's gonna win that one now. You know what I'm saying? No need to make a prediction video. You know what I'm saying? No need to.
Believe in the man with the big red mask.
Okay. Yeah, that's the last guy within.
How many masks do you have?
Right now, 2.
Okay.
It'll be 3 in a week or 2.
Okay.
No, they just want to
Before
make.
you know it, I'll have as many masks as Jacko Knight.
They want to make Roman Reigns, you know. No, they don't want to make Roman Reigns El Generico.
Damn.
They want to make Roman Reigns, you know, believable that he can win the championship.
And he is. He's
Raw is Roman.
Raw is Roman. Raw is Roman noodles. Yes. Raw is Roman noodles. Roman noodles raw. Yeah. Raw is Roman noodles.
Roman.
Roman, same shit.
It was kind of like, it was basically the Roman Reigns show.
Pretty much.
That reminds me, I have to make that video for you on making a ramen burger.
Oh, really?
I'm gonna make it in the future. So it turned out great though. It turned out great, but I'm definitely gonna make it.
Gordon Ramsay will be proud. Chef Ramsay will be proud.
Yes.
Well, so what did you guys think about that opening segment though of the show?
That was a good way to open it.
Intense, very intense.
It's better than because you usually get the Authority, you know, opening the show.
Apparently they're on vacation, weren't they?
They were on vacation, yeah.
So they didn't want to come up to Canada. They didn't want to come up to Canada. What do you think, Double Z?
Good way to start it. I don't blame the Authority not going there because I know Triple H might still have heat in Montreal because he helped assist with the Montreal Screwjob. A good thing, like starting off Kane, even though he didn't get the mask to fly off by the power of Roman Reigns.
Hold up, are you on your iPad?
Yep.
Not bad. Why didn't you think about this years ago? Shit.
Because I didn't think my audio was going to mess up on my netbook.
You have no wonder why, bro. You have a netbook? No wonder why.
I've got 4 computers, an iPad, and an iPod.
You gotta get yourself an Asus, bro. That's the real money, bro. Shit, get all about that Asus.
Yeah, whatever.
You know, hey, Asus is the shit. Asus changed my life. Asus, the best. You ever seen the movie The Dictator? I'm sure I've seen it, right? The movie The Dictator.
Yeah.
Right. The scene they're in the helicopter. They're in the helicopter talking about, you know, trying to take over the Lancaster and shit. And they're in a helicopter with 2 casual Americans. They're talking in their, you know, native Aladian language, and they say, "Oh, 9/11, the best." Like, yeah, Asus, the best.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was a good segment. Then we had the first match. We had a tag team match. A tag team match to open the show. We had the Usos going at it against Harper, which I thought was a good match. It was an okay paced match. All right, the Usos and the Wyatt family. Harper and Rowan did their usual shtick, and apparently, Harper and Rowan got the win, but they pinned the wrong Uso. They pinned the wrong Uso. And at the end of it, you saw one of the, I think was it Jimmy or Jay, complaining with the referee.
Yep.
Which quite obvious. Let's be honest here. Let's not kid ourselves here. They're going to go another match at Battleground.
Yep. 2 out of 3 falls.
I think was going to happen here. I doubt it. I think it was going to happen here.
No, they said it.
Titles.
They said
really?
2 out of 3 falls.
Oh,
on SmackDown. Well, it's airing right now.
Oh,
but
great.
I read the kind of a spoiler, I guess. It's not really.
Walter, you know we can't read the spoilers, bro. Walter.
We're not even watching SmackDown.
But we don't support spoilers, bro. To me, spoilers are the cancer of the wrestling community. You wonder why the wrestling business is the shit that it's in. Because you got these fag bags and these fucking websites posting out results before the show even fucking airs. It doesn't matter if it's WWE or TNA. You wonder why the business is in the way that it's in right now.
The darn internet.
Damn it,
They're gonna
Walter.
fix that. They're gonna put spoilers forever and ever.
I know. Nothing we can do about it. But anywho. So yeah, I think what's gonna happen here at the pay-per-view, I think the Uso will retain, and a SummerSlam will be the big blow-off for. Obviously, at the end, Harper and Rowan get the tag titles. What do you guys think about it, and your thoughts on that? What I just said?
I think they could win at Battleground. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. 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 It's hard to But if they don't, I think like what you said, they at least have to win it by SummerSlam. 'Cause I think Harper and Rowan do deserve a tag team title run, and the crowd is starting to get into them a little bit. You know, their theme song kind of sucks, but what can we do?
That's all I'm gonna say.
Is that supposed to be music? Oh my god, I'm going to appreciate Friday by Rebecca Black even more now.
Can you play the harmonica, Zach?
Nope.
You look like you can play the harmonica.
I can't play an instrument worth of crap.
Damn.
Mm.
Thought you could, like someone that play the harmonica. Maybe like someone that does. I don't know. Oh, what's that? You got a belt there? You got a belt? What belt is that, huh?
Oh, the penny. My family's gonna win.
Man, it's all about that belt right there behind me. That's the real championship right there, man. Hanging above the ceiling.
Remember?
I'd show off my championship belt, but the company I work for are using it for their main title, so unfortunately I can't show it off.
Oh, you can see copyright. My bad, copyright. I understand. Oh, look at that. That's the look of a paper champion right there, yo.
Ow!
The real paper champion was Magnus.
No, you're saying it. It's Magnus. He was a true champion. That was a real world champion right there. One belt.
Yeah, no. Eric Young.
I don't know about that guy though, but hey, we'll get into that later. Though we'll get into TNA later, though. The TNA review. But after that, again, I'm looking forward to seeing what they go with. What do you guys think, though? Double Z duo.
I thought that the match was actually pretty good. In my opinion, I wish that the type of finish that they did, where they pinned the wrong Uso, I think they could have saved that for the actual title match, where the Wyatt family wins the titles that way, and then there will be like a controversial dispute about no, he pinned the wrong Uso and all that, and then they have another match maybe in SummerSlam to finally have who is the real tag team champion. That's just me, but other than that, the match was decent. It was very solid, and I know they're gonna be having that match at Battleground and probably lead up to SummerSlam.
Double Z.
Like the match, like from what I saw, was pretty good, but I also think that they could have saved that kind of finish for later. But hopefully they don't do a whole thing where they try to determine saying, I'm the tag team champion between the teams like we saw with Team Hell No.
Yeah, that was money.
It was money.
They put butts in the seats.
And that was a comedy act at work, too.
Exactly.
Yep.
And then after this, we had Alicia Fox versus Nikki Bella, where both divas had one arm tied behind their back. Apparently, Nikki Bella complied to the term. I think the authority later figured out, hey, that's the stipulation for the match. And just when it was time to tie up Alicia Fox, she wasn't having it. She beat the fuck out of Nikki Bella. It went on a tirade. I think after she grabbed the can of Red Bull and poured it all over Nikki Bella. Listen, listen, I dig the fact that Alicia Fox is going crazy. I think in some weird fetish, it's sexy to me. In some weird, to me, it's sexy in a way. It's cute. All right, but let's be honest, this was a waste of TV time. There was no reaction. No one gave a shit.
No.
I don't know where they're gonna go with Alicia Fox with her craziness. I mean, is she gonna go at the title again? I don't think so. But I mean, I guess in a way too was leading up for Brie Bella to come back to challenge Stephanie McMahon at SummerSlam. I did read that report. Apparently, they're planning on doing that.
That'd be great.
What do you guys think about that segment?
Pointless.
Just by looking at your expression of Double Z and do it, I think they can agree on that, right?
It was completely unnecessary. I mean, I understand they're kind of building up for Brie versus Stephanie, but at the same time, it was pointless. It was completely pointless, and it was kind of a waste of time. Hence, why people just didn't give a damn about it.
Yeah, let's talk about the next match we had. I believe here it was Rob Van Dam versus Rusev Bublia, Rusev Mashkara. Yeah, singles match. I'll say this. Listen, you all knew going into this match that Rusev was gonna go over, but at least he had someone credible this time to put him over, and Rob Van
Yes.
Dam, which went back and forth. It was a good match. All right, for what it was, it was back and forth. The crowd was into it. All right, but Rusev got the win here. That could be expected. But I'm happy in the fact that, again, this time someone credible put over Rusev. Not a Big E, not, a Zack Ryder or anything, any of these cheesy, cans, if you will. What do you guys
A
think?
veteran. Yeah. I'm glad. Well, Rusev was obviously he was going to go over, but RBD, he's playing his role well now. He knows that he's not trying to chase for a championship. He's just going to help people like Jericho, basically. So I kind of respect that.
Yeah, I thought Rob Van Dam did a really good job putting Rusev over because Rusev really needed that type of a victory. Like you mentioned, he was wrestling guys like Zack Ryder, which I'll be honest with you, guys like Zack Ryder, Yoshitatsu, and whatnot were just there as like enhancements for the Rusev character. But now he is at a point where he needs to go to the next level, and that next level was Rob Van Dam, and it gave him more credibility. And I know his next feud is going to be with Jack Swagger, which I'm actually am looking forward to seeing this feud between him and Jack Swagger.
It's funny you mentioned that. It's funny you mentioned it because during the match, there was a little small video package played in the bottom of the screen somewhere in the match. It was Zeb Coulter. He talked
Yes.
about apparently, he's challenging Rusev to face Swagger at Battleground, which we all know as well. Let's be honest here. I'm happy that they're putting, Jack Swagger to do something. I'm happy for that. But for a fact, once this feud ends, 'cause it's not going to be like a long feud, it's going to be temporary. And once it ends, it's back to reality for Jack Swagger. It's back to reality. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
That's what gets me about this.
I mean, you might be surprised. It might change. Like it depends on how the outcome is with the match between those two. I do kind of see this going into SummerSlam as well. Maybe a flag on a pole match because they've been waving the flags at each other and stuff like that, and I see that as a blow-off match for SummerSlam.
Or have a Lana and Zeb inside a cage match, up on the air, and the winner has to climb up and retrieve them, and have them up on the air just screaming at one another, back and forth and shit. That should be funny as hell. Imagine Zeb Coulter on top of inside a cage, up in the air. Imagine that, right? Just imagine that. It'd be funny.
Hmm.
Double Z, not legit. Thoughts?
I already gave you about Swagger.
Yeah, Swagger, and
About
the
Swagger.
match, and that, yeah.
I already talked about the match, but yeah, I think the Swagger Rusev feud could work, and maybe it will help Swagger, or maybe it won't. It's hit or miss basically for him. And with Rusev, they're clearly trying to push him and put him over. Watch.
Double Z.
Yeah, when it comes to the RVD match, I'm proud that RVD put Rusev over because it's better than Jericho putting him over because with RVD since his return, he's at least gotten some wins. So this win by Rusev looks more credible than Jericho because let's face it, anybody can beat Jericho nowadays. And then the whole thing with Swagger. Let's hope this thing turns out to something good because Swagger he needs something to turn his career around because at this point he's flatlined over the last couple of years.
Yes.
Indeed. So there you go. And after this, we had Randy Orton versus Dean Ambrose, which was a good match. It went back and forth for a while, too, until this spot that ended up being a botch. Apparently, Dean Ambrose on the top turnbuckle, he jumped. I think he was supposed to do like a double axe handle. I think Orton was supposed to do a drop kick while Ambrose was on the air, right? And it said he jumped and he landed right in front of Orton.
Oh yeah, that botch.
The botch. And people forget that. You had Orton on top of the turnbuckle doing this.
That was a good way to forget.
Which at the end, again, Orton got the win here. Not surprised. I thought, again, it was a good match, but, it's whatever,
SmackDown rematch.
Oh yeah, the SmackDown rematch. Yeah, the SmackDown rematch.
So you basically don't have to watch SmackDown because you get it right, get it on Raw anyway. But
On the A show. On the A show.
Yeah, I mean the match was good. A lot of people are probably mad that Orton went over, but I think this should have ended like probably maybe I don't know, Ambrose loses by count out, not by pinfall. I don't know, but yeah, that botch kind of fucked it up, and I don't know whose fault it is. Probably Orton's. I don't know. Kind of ruined the match a little bit.
Double Z duo.
You can go ahead, Zach.
I was just going to say, I can understand Randy Orton winning. They still want him to look strong going into the Fatal 4-Way match, even though we know he's not going to win. But hey, believe in the Viper.
I thought the match was solid. I like their interaction with each other, character-wise. Like Zach said, they need to make Randy Orton strong leading up to Battleground, and Dean Ambrose is the guy to help him get to that point. And we all know that Dean Ambrose has his hands full with Seth Rollins, so that's still going to be continuing anyway. So other than that, the match itself, except for that botch, it was okay.
There we go. And after that, we had Alberto Del Rio versus Dolph Ziggler, which was an okay match. It wasn't that long. But you had Fandango during commentary. And just when it seemed that Dolph Ziggler was going to win, you have Fandango getting on top of the ring and on top of the announce table, dancing in front of JBL. JBL felt super uncomfortable. I'm sure Fandango would like to say no homo to JBL. It distracted Dolph Ziggler, no surprise, and Alberto Del Rio super kicked him right in the head for the 1-2-3. I'm sure Dolph Ziggler has another concussion. I'm sure he does.
I have no idea. I don't know why they keep on having Del Rio versus Ziggler. We've seen this like 100 times. I don't know, but Fandango Ziggler feud. I don't know where that's gonna go. Could be interesting.
I think what's happening is the fact that they're doing the 20-man. I don't know, this battle royal. Great, another battle royal. To kind of new IC champion. I think Fandango, Ziggler, and Del Rio are all in this match.
Yes.
But I mean, damn,
I think the match itself was promoting two things, like you said, the battle royal, and also the feud that they're gonna make with Fandango and Dolph Ziggler, because I guess I didn't see this, but I guess there was something going on with Dolph Ziggler and Summer Rae, and Fandango's getting jealous, and they're gonna
yeah.
But what I think is gonna happen with this whole thing by SummerSlam, I think they're gonna have like a mixed intergender tag match. That's what's gonna happen.
This is where the IWC is mad. Oh, great! You're putting Dolph Ziggler in an intergender tag team match at SummerSlam. Great. A good way to bury him, WWE.
Deja vu from last year.
I know, right?
Back to
I know.
Double Z.
Well, the way it's leading up to that, man.
I mean, the match, it was good. Like, it was fun to see the crowd fandangoing at the end. And I think this match, from what I remember, it was to determine the number one contender to the U.S. title for main event.
Oh, look, yeah, another belt.
Oh,
look at that. Another
got a handful of belts over on the side, remember?
Okay, how many belts do you have
I think
now?
that match was just to determine the number one contender for the title. Even though it just led up to another Sheamus Del Rio match. And hopefully if they do a mixed gender tag team match with Fandango, Summer Rae, Layla, and Dolph Ziggler, that they don't cause Dolph to lose, because let's face it, Dolph's lost enough lately.
Yeah.
Indeed. And after that, let's see what we had. See the file here. Yes, I'm on a fucking file. Sue me. I don't give a shit. Right? We had Bret Hart coming out to the ring.
Big pop for him.
Detective.
Of course.
Okay, apparently. What the fuck is this shit? Your PC's at risk. What the fuck?
Whoa, virus.
I doubt that.
Virus.
You're getting a virus from all that X-rated stuff.
Oh, I'll check this later. I'll check this later. But yeah, whatever. Anywho, we had Bret Hart coming out, and he's pretty much, in the ring. He's Montreal, obviously, where the Montreal Screwjob happened, right? With, Shawn Michaels and all that. And he talked about, how badly he would love to lace up his boots one more time in Montreal. And the crowd's going ape shit, obviously, right? And you're wondering, what could possibly go wrong, right?
Right.
And out comes, you hear the Bret Hart theme song again, and out comes Bret Hart being played by Damien Sandow.
Bret Sandhart.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I thought, okay, because Canada, have him come out dressed as, the Mountie, or maybe have him come out dressed as Jim the Anvil Neidhart because Bret Hart was in the ring. I was thinking that, but it didn't happen. And obviously, out comes Sandow dressed as Bret Hart, the wig hair tied back, making fun of Bret Hart, making fun of losing in Montreal and all that, and then the real Bret Hart punched Sandow. Now comes Sheamus. Here's what pissed me off about this, right? You bring out Bret Hart, a legend, right, in the business, a legend, just to have that segment. That's what pissed me off a little bit.
They basically brought him back not for a good reason, just I guess to have him back. He wasn't even on the hourly segments. He was like in the middle of the show. So they didn't. It was just, I guess they made him return just for him to be there and just say hello, and then have a little program with Damien Sandow, and yeah, nothing really important here.
Indeed, absolutely. Just checking this shit real quick. Done. And I'm good now. My computer's officially fixed now. Great, no computer issue now.
Awesome.
PC home and network tools. What the fuck? I'll get this later. I'll fight doing this shit now. But anywho, need to get my camera back on. Boom. I'm back on. So yeah, I mean, to me, it just pissed me off though about that. You bring out a legend, Bret the Hitman Hart, right? A Hall of Famer, multiple time champion, all this, and you bring him to just to be part of a Sandow segment in Canada, of all places, Montreal. Good way to bring out a legend, WWE. Double Z, Duo, your thoughts.
Here's my thoughts on Bret Hart coming back. Like you said, I think it was more fan service for the old school fans, especially the Canada fans, for him to come in and say hi, how you doing, and all. As far as Sandow coming out, I didn't mind it at all because we kind of saw this coming that we were going to get a Sandow appearance, and it's again him making a fool of himself and making himself relevant, which again I didn't mind at all. I was kind of hoping that Sandow didn't go the route of doing another, like a wrestling gimmick, because I liked him doing all these other characters, like being the Bruce Springsteen, Lincoln, but I was hoping that he didn't go as far as doing a wrestling gimmick, and unfortunately it happened. It did what it had to do. I wasn't too hot about Bret Hart punching Sandow though, because it kind of looked. I understand he had his stroke and all, but it just kind of looked kind of weak, in my opinion, when he punched him.
Could have been worse,
But
could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been worse.
Could have had Sandow come out as Owen Hart.
Oh.
He'll be lynched before he left the arena if he came out as.
Or you could have Sandow dressed as Shawn Michaels. Montreal. It happened in that same venue.
He already did that.
No, but that was main event.
He actually already did that.
Yeah, that was main event though. Talking about on Raw, have him dressed as Shawn Michaels. Have him come out with the same
I think
gear.
that could have worked.
That would have gotten him major heat.
Yo.
I think that's the objective, to give this guy heat. So that would have worked. But I'm still in
But he
favor.
didn't
Listen,
just-
I'm still in favor.
Go
Hey,
ahead.
they go back to Chicago, have him come out to that theme song. That theme song. Yeah.
Whoa.
Think about it. He had the hair slicked back, the slick back hair already.
Yeah.
Or no, matter of fact, you know what? Fuck that. We'll get into that later. We'll get into that in a minute.
You're not gonna give CM Punk a break, huh, Steven? You're not gonna give him a break, huh?
We'll get into that in a minute. We'll get into Austin a little bit.
Okay.
After that, we had Sheamus versus Sandow, which no one really gave a shit about. Let's be honest here. Double Z, my bad. And what were your thoughts on this whole Bret Hart and Sandow dressed as Bret Hart and all that shit?
It was total crap. I mean, they just brought Bret back because it's Montreal. Pointless thing just to give Damien the whole mocking segment thing, and then of course he's like, talking was never your best thing, and then punching is like, no, punching is. Like I said, it was just completely stupid, pointless, waste of time to make Bret do that.
Yeah.
No.
I agree.
And then after that, we had, like we said, but after that, the other match we talked about, but to me, it was a shit match. No one gave a shit. And they're like, in 10 seconds, 30 seconds? Not legit.
It was a quick ass match, that's all I know.
Duo?
I have no comment. I'm being honest. I have no comment because it just felt like it was just thrown together. It's just thrown together just to have Sandow job to Sheamus. That was pretty much it.
It was shit. All I gotta say about it was shit. Double Z.
Yep, it was crap. It's just another thing for Super Sheamus, the United States champion, to do. Just by squashing somebody else.
Okay, you have a lot of belts, right? I want you to impress me. Impress me. And I guarantee you don't have this belt. Let me see the NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
Dude, no.
Aha! You don't have all the belts in the world.
I would kill to have that
I don't
belt.
go for a corporation that died 15 years ago.
It's still around.
It's still around.
It's still around, bro. It's still around.
Hey, I'm just quoting Shane Douglas. The company died a long time ago. Nobody gives a shit about it.
You'd be surprised, bro. You would be surprised.
Oh, yeah, it's a company that's had a world champion in Rob Conway, the guy that everybody looked at as a joke in WWE.
Hey, bro. I mean, you gotta remember though, it's Rob Conway, but it's not the Rob Conway of WWE. You know what I'm saying? If you watch Rob Conway and if you've seen his work now, you'd be amazed. I'm telling you that right now. If you look at
he changed his style because he could only wrestle in WWE when he was on steroids.
Not even that. I mean, was he really on steroids though? Was he on steroids? Did you hear the reports?
Yep, I read in Hardcore Holly's autobiography, Rob Conway admitted he can't wrestle without steroids. That caused him to lose his figure, and then of course eventually he lost airtime and boom, out of WWE.
Okay, you read about Holly's book. All right, go Zach.
I read that
But
months ago.
but I don't agree though with what you just said about the NWA being. I mean, at the end of the day, when you think of the NWA, it has prestige. Back in the day, it was to me, for some fans, if you're to talk to the old school fan, I'll give you an example: the Iceman, Jeffrey Rose. He'll tell you, hey, the NWA was the mecca of pro wrestling, the mecca. You know what I'm saying? Think of the lineage of people who held the NWA World Title. Guys like Dory Funk Jr., Terry Funk, Jack Briscoe. You had Harley Race, Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes. The list goes on, man. Lou Thesz. You know what I'm saying?
In my opinion, it was the one title that was actually literally being defended in different countries, like literally defended in different countries. Compared to the WWE. Well, the WWE title was defended in different countries too, but that title was actually going from different continents to defend that. You know what I mean? And that's why I will always look at that belt as like the World Heavyweight title. And let's face facts: the WWE title, ECW, TNA title, they all came from the NWA title. They all came from that belt. You know what I mean?
No,
Without the
this.
NWA,
Even that, even the
even
ECW.
that, even ECW,
Yep. So
when Eastern,
apologize, Zach. Apologize.
It would only
Because you
get
might,
to
because you,
WCW because they were formally formed before, being known as NWA Eastern Championship
you
Wrestling.
might have offended some fans, bro. You might have offended some
I
viewers,
offend
man.
people all the time.
And you wonder what? Hey!
You know, Manos.
You gotta apologize, right? Apologize. To
But
quote that quitter.
I think the title did lose prestige a little
Yeah,
bit.
it did. It did because again, the NWA, unfortunately, it's become more of an independent territory. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? I don't mean no disrespect. I don't mean anything like that. But it's the way of the business, Like I think the way promoters run the business, especially the NWA, it's more based off the '80s and not more of today's time.
right? They're stuck with tradition.
Exactly. Tradition is good. Tradition is good to an extent. To an extent is good, but in 2014, you can't always depend on tradition.
Right.
So Zach, to quote on a quitter, apologize.
Hey.
You will apologize, Zach.
In the words of Stone Cold, hell no.
You will apologize. You will apologize.
Ah!
Why are you quoting the best quitter in the world?
Because you got to apologize, man. This is
Oh,
best
no,
for
are you
business,
going to
man.
quote him saying, I want respect?
Hey, it's best for business, bro. It's best for business.
I'll save that best for business crap for somebody who cares.
Hey, I won't get no fan. Where are you going?
I'm putting some of my title belts back in the drawer.
You wonder why you're not booked every week. You wonder why you're not booked. Shit.
Girl, don't give me none of that.
Wonder why you're not booked. God, see what I mean? Look at this. Man, what grinds my gears, man.
Okay, Peter Griffin.
Look, you know what grinds my gears? You know what grinds my gears? All these smart fans that think they know it all, they know all about booking, and what really annoys me, seriously, on a serious note, we'll get back to Raw in a bit, but these fans that fucking make the reviews and they put star ratings on the fucking description box. Like, who the fuck are you guys to rate a fucking match? Half of you fucks can't even fucking lay pipe on a 5-star level to your ladies. You want to rate a fucking match? Get the fuck. I got your rate right here. Anywho, back to Raw. Right after that, we had The Miz versus Chris Jericho. Apparently, this was a short match again where Miz was consistently protecting his face until he got hit with the code breaker. No. He got hit with the punch, whatever it was, or a kick, and then he tapped out to the walls of Jericho. But after that, led to a segment with Bray Wyatt on the mic. Pretty much promoting their match at Battleground. What do you guys think?
Thought the segment was good. Well, the match was alright. It was short, whatever. I guess the Miz is like Cody Rhodes now, the dashing one, and mixed with Hollywood Rock. So I don't know what they're gonna do with the Miz. I guess he's just there again. And with Jericho and Wyatt, I think this could be an interesting feud. Jericho loves to put these guys who are hot right now over, and I'm hoping to see more of the feud soon.
Duo?
I thought the match between between Jericho and Miz was okay. It did what it had to do with that little mini feud they're having because he interrupted Miz's triumphant quote unquote return and stuff. So it did what it had to do. But I'm really intrigued to see what's going to happen between Bray Wyatt and Jericho. And fuck to what the IWC people say that Bray Wyatt is back on the bottom of the barrel. He's moving on to the next best thing, doing a feud with Chris Jericho, which is going to be, I think that it's going to do very well for Bray Wyatt's career, win or lose.
I'll say this, at least knowing Jericho's worth, being they're going to be on for a short period, Chris Jericho will do what John Cena is afraid to do, and that is put over young talent. That's my opinion. I think.
Why does everybody think John Cena doesn't put over young talent? I mean, hasn't he done
I
that?
think. I think for the IWC, the logic is because Cena's been on top for so many years, and the thing is that there's young talent coming in. The logic will be to put over the young talent, and you look at Jericho's case. Jericho's, in the short time that he's come back, he hasn't really won a major title. Like, if anything, he put over, the guy that he's put over in the short runs that he's been back. Dolph Ziggler, Fandango. You know what I'm saying? Now you would assume Bray Wyatt.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So I think, if anything, he'll probably put over Bray Wyatt. I would prefer it to be at SummerSlam, to be that major thing, but again, with WWE, you just don't know anymore.
Probably gonna be a rematch, and then Jericho wins that one.
Who knows?
It's possible. But like I said, either way, win or lose, as long as whoever's working with Bray Wyatt puts over the character, he's still going to be one of the most relevant superstars in the WWE. I don't believe in you always have to win to get over. As long as the character is being put over, win or lose, it's still going to be relevant.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. Double Z?
Yeah, the match, I heard they had a better one at the house show. Not impressed by their match on Raw. But the mic work, the segment afterward between Jericho and Bray Wyatt, I'm impressed by. I'm hoping this leads to a good match, because I think they kind of wrestle at the same pace, so we're going to get a fast-paced, hard-hitting action match coming up at Battleground or whenever they're going to compete.
All right. Now, Jay, you're going to get your thoughts, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And after that, we had a tag team match, the Funkadactyl versus AJ Lee and Paige. Fun fact here, during this match, Paige introduced AJ Lee to come out to the ring, and this match, I'm going to be honest, I did not really care about. Here's why I say that, because during the match, when Naomi was supposed to tag in Cameron, of all the things to do when you don't want to be tagged in the match as a heel, right? Normally you just jump down the apron, leave the apron and walk out, right?
Yep.
This chick, I'm not going to say the B word. I'm not going to really say it. All right? Or I'll say it. This harlot, this heathen of a woman.
Yes.
This heathen of a woman, this harlot. This bitch. This bitch. I'll say it. This bitch.
Diva.
This fake model. This waste of talent. Decided to put lip gloss during her match. Yes, her lip gloss was popping. Yes, her lip gloss was cool. I don't know. I just don't know why. Okay, I get it. Yes, you're going to break them up, but why have this bitch put lip gloss in the middle of a tag team match? And this is the same woman that's supposed to be the bomb.com, and it's all about her paper baby. Yeah, right? Yeah. God, get the fuck out of here. This ratchet-ass World Star hip-hop model. Yeah, okay. Not be surprised. Next year, if she gets released, World Star. But, yeah. Pretty much is leading at. So then after that, Cameron got the tag, surprisingly, and she got pinned by Paige. So there you go. And after that, you have you have H. Lee and Paige celebrate as Naomi and Cameron brawl for like 10 minutes or like that. It felt like 10 minutes, but it felt like forever. Fucking weave pulling, yes, weave.
World Star quality.
World Star. A part was like, it's funny because back in school I used to be like, go for the weave. That's what I was saying. Like, just go for the weave. Just pull it out.
Has anyone made a meme of that? Having those two brawl and put that logo of World Star?
I think it's probably on the website. It's probably on the website.
It is.
If it's not there, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make the meme.
The video of them brawling. Go for the weave. Yeah, so there you go. Double Z, not legit. Your thoughts from the looks of it? You guys pretty much say it all, right? Like, yep. This.
Um, yeah, it's just the Advanced Total Diva stuff that I don't even watch, so.
I know. What?
Um,
What? What happened?
no,
What happened? All right, cool.
I'll say this: we know what's gonna happen between AJ and Paige. Even though they're tag teaming, we know what's gonna lead up to. Um, it's very predictable. But and as for the whole lip gloss thing, I'm gonna say this, and I might be the minority here.
You
I
like?
kind of I liked it because everyone is gonna say, "Oh, she should have just stepped down." I think that's just cliche when they're gonna be a breakup between a tag team. That's just cliche, and they tried something new, and I thought that was actually innovative. Her using the lip gloss and not tagging in for the match when Naomi needed it. It's new. It's new. It's something new. I probably would have done the same thing, something different, if I was doing a tag team match. Seriously, just like oh, I'm gonna file my nails and stuff. Oh, you needed a tag. Okay. Sorry, I forgot it. But I'm gonna go back to my nails now.
Apparently during the show as well, they're promoting the WWE Network for free for 1 week trial for free again. But no, this time for free. You don't need a credit card. You don't need to put in your credit card information. I thought was cool, but hey, I'm subscribed to the network, so again.
They really need the sales. After the already
They do. They
doing
do.
good.
It's funny, right? I'm subscribed to Gemini. I'm not sure if you guys are. Gemini 888.
Yeah.
And he said in his video, hey, the WWE Network could be the death of the WWE.
Maybe. They're losing a lot of money because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna, drain the main vein. So happen when you drink too much Snapple, made from the best stuff on earth. So yeah, take it away, guys. I'll be back. All right.
All right. What was after? What was after?
After that, you had Cesaro versus Kofi Kingston.
Oh, okay.
I'll be back, boys.
All right. So Cesaro Kofi Kingston a rematch. Kofi finally won the app on TV this time. I guess it was good. And then they had Big E come out. No, that was after that match because Cesaro kept on beating Kofi up. Yeah, Big E came out and saved him. And I don't know. It's just to hype up the Battle Royal, in my opinion.
Yeah. It's step up the Battle Royal, and again, probably a feud between Big E and Cesaro. Other than that, that match was okay. It did what it had to do, and Kofi got another upset on Cesaro, which was okay. And then, of course, they're gonna build up between him and Big E because Big E said I should have saved him last week. Now I have a chance to save him, and I'm gonna go against Cesaro and stuff. So I think the match is gonna be okay. It's not gonna be the greatest match if they are gonna have a match between each other. It's not gonna be the best match, but it'd probably be decent and solid. In my opinion, between Cesaro and Big E.
I think it could work. Yeah. You need something for Cesaro to do. So I'd say I think Big E's a good opponent for him as well.
Yeah.
What else happened?
I think so too.
Oh yeah, Bo Dallas.
I mean, they're both Bo Dallas versus El Torito.
El Torito.
El Torito. Bad Bull. Bad Bull. I love that. That made me want to watch the match even more. As okay, he's oh, not the bear. The bear's back. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm back. The ratings are back on the air. I'm back on upon request. I'm doing, I'm booked for a show this weekend. I'll be at Bill the Bear workshop in New York for a convention again.
It's the ratings killing bear.
Get out of here!
Yeah.
This guy always this guy, yo.
Pikachu gets better ratings than the bear.
Oh, you made him mad, huh? Hey,
Pikachu.
The bear can't bear it.
Oh, Pikachu versus the Bear, WrestleMania 31, the main event on the pre-show. All right.
Make up your mind, main event or pre-show?
No, main event or WrestleCon. WrestleCon. They can't even make be WrestleCon. Anywho, yeah, Bo Dallas, tell Torito. Speaking of Bo Dallas, he's been the hottest thing on the meme, like I said earlier, right? There've been 2 memes. There's been 2 videos of Bo Dallas. Apparently, he said to Brazil, "It's okay, Brazil. Just keep believing." Even with the Heat, apparently now the Heat no longer have LeBron.
Icaboli, they got the big 2. Well,
Big dude, my ass.
Chris Bosh.
Wade.
They got Shabazz now. They got Danny Green. Oh god, they'll be lucky to make the playoffs.
Anywho, yeah. Main event of Raw last Monday, was a singles match. John Cena versus Seth Rollins. Tyler Black versus John Cena. And where the hell is that going?
No, I just checked the time. It means I gotta leave in a few minutes for work.
Aww. You didn't tell us you gotta go to work, Zach. You didn't tell us
until the other night.
Well, you should have told us, man. Hey, bro, I gotta go to work today. Man.
Nobody asked.
Well, you should have let me know.
No one asked.
No, I understand. Go on, make your money. Go on with your bad self.
Yep.
And if you have to, show me your dick if you have to.
The hell?
Go on, Sean. Go on, yeah.
I ain't pulling off what Sean did. All he does is expose himself and use people.
So yeah, main event was that. I thought it was in whatever match, had no ending, ended in no contest. Which happened here was Orton came out with Kane. There was a brawl. Out comes Roman Reigns for the save, and there goes Zach. Bye, Zach. Without promoting, how unprofessional of Zach. You see, we bring him back on the show. This is what he does to us, man. So yeah, I mean, again, build up Money in the Bank, Battleground. And just at the end of it, you have Cena and Reigns in the ring. When Cena lifted up Reigns' hand, the crowd popped. When Reigns did the same thing for Cena, the crowd booed. It's like the present and the future in the ring. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm calling it right now. I am calling it right now. Well, then again, I can't even call it. I can't. Because I'm not sure if he'll be around in WrestleMania 38. I'm not really sure, but yeah, Reigns and Cena, WrestleMania 38, the main event, for the title.
Cena be like how old?
Like in his 40s. Once in a lifetime, guys. Once in a lifetime.
But it seems like Cena never ages, so.
I know, but hey, look what he's banging. He's banging a Bella. These big balloons. You know what I'm saying? Plastic surgery could be a good thing.
Let me guess. Banging a Bella is like ambrosia. Keeps you young forever.
Hey,
I would say that's ambrosia too. I would eat that ambrosia myself, but I'm already married. But
yeah,
that's just me though.
After this, we had a special on the WWE Network, a special of the Monday Night Wars that went live immediately after Raw, and everybody on Twitter was going apeshit for this. Oh my God, I'm gonna go on the network to watch this. I did. I was one of those people that did too. And I watched it. I'll be honest. It was good for what it was. But if you have the Monday Night Wars DVD, if you have the Rise and Fall of WCW, if you have the NWO Back in Black or the NWO The Revolution,
got it.
It pretty much tells you everything from those DVDs, pretty much.
So they mixed it up.
It pretty much, gave you, told you how Vince and Jim Crockett, Ted Turner were one-time business partners, how WWE programming was on the TBS Superstation at one time, and all this and whatnot. How at one time, the WWE was struggling to, get attention, so they created Monday Night Raw. It was live for a while, then they went to pre-tape, and then how, Ted Turner gave Eric Bischoff the permission to do Monday Nitro, and how that started, and how Eric Bischoff gave the results for Raw, and I get it. It was mostly a preview of what to expect. It's supposed to air officially once in August. So yeah. What do you got? Did you guys watch it by any chance or not?
I watched it. I watched it yesterday. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, stuff that some of us would already know, but for the most part, I think it did a good job kind of introducing the background of the Monday Night.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it. Like I said, I don't have the network, but from what you said that if you have those DVDs that you mentioned, which I do have them, I have like almost over 300 DVDs and wrestling videos. I pretty much know a lot about the Monday Night Wars, so I think that with this new program that they made is for the new fans and the people who doesn't know really much about the Monday Night Wars. So like I said, it's for the new fans, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
it was. Yeah, absolutely. Big news that happened this week also. Kurt Angle was interviewed or was a guest on JR's podcast, the Ross Report, right? And in that podcast, he did say that apparently TNA has offered him a new contract to sign. And apparently, he has turned it down, being that he feels that this contract is going to be his final run in wrestling, and he's considering his option. Let's be honest here. We've heard reports, rumors by Kurt Angle himself that he wants to go back to the WWE. That is, if the WWE wants him back. I did reports also that apparently WWE had no interest in bringing back Kurt Angle. I'll say this, listen, his deal ends in September with TNA. He wants to come back in October to wrestle, but I think, yeah, he'll go back to WWE. I think it makes sense for him to retire there in WWE. Because let's be honest here, Kurt Angle, yes, he was in TNA longer than WWE. But deep down, he will always be a WWE guy. You know what I mean? Yes, in TNA, he had some highs, he had some lows. I think his best feud, without a doubt, is him and Samoa Joe.
Yes.
That was the best feud that TNA has ever done. Next to AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels, in my opinion. All right. Even though I do feel that Samoa Joe and Angle was done really fast, there was no that much of a build. In the sense of having Angle beat Joe and end the streak, an undefeated streak for what it was. Kurt Angle was a multiple-time TNA World Champion. He was a Tag Team Champion, the X Division Champion. At one time, he held every title. Remember that? At one time. He was even the IWGP Heavyweight Champion.
Third version.
Yeah.
Third version.
Yeah. But still, it's still a prestigious belt. And anyway, it's still a prestigious belt. And I was just blown away that he won that belt from Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, in Japan. And all this. And he's done so much for TNA. I'll say this. That to me, TNA bringing Kurt Angle was their biggest signing of all. Out of all the guys they brought in from WWE, Kurt Angle was their biggest one. Because no one expected it, let's be honest here. And I remember his debut in TNA. His debut, it was an Impact. It was Samoa Joe holding the NW World title, and they were trying to get the belt back to Jeff Jarrett. And Samoa Joe didn't want to do it. He ripped the contract, and out comes Kurt Angle. They had a stare down, and then Angle headbutts him.
Ooh.
I remember the headbutt around the world. Remember that?
Yes.
The headbutt around the world. Angle slams him, and you see Kurt Angle holding the NW World title. And you see behind him Samoa Joe bloodied up, all mad. He's ready to just beat the fuck out of Angle.
Did you say NWO or NWA?
NWA.
Okay.
The NWA World title. Listen, if for those of you out there, if you guys felt offended about what Double D said about the NWA, we here in TEAMHEEL, we apologize. For what Zach said. The views of Zach do not reflect those of TEAMHEEL. Sincerely, TEAMHEEL. Disclaimer there on the screen if you can see it, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if he goes back, he goes back. I think if anything, they'll probably give him a Legends deal, part-time.
Yeah.
Thinking about his age as well. Let's be honest, even though at his age, he can still go.
Yes.
At his age, he can still go. Maybe that's good. That can also be bad. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Considering his multiple injuries and all that, and I can see him having his WrestleMania moment. Just imagine this, WrestleMania 31. if they are to bring him back. Kurt Angle versus Daniel Bryan.
Woo!
Imagine that, Kurt Angle versus Daniel Bryan. Or imagine Kurt Angle versus, I don't know, I'm not saying WrestleMania here, but Dolph Ziggler versus Kurt Angle. Bad News Barrett versus Angle, or Cesaro versus Angle, or hell, Brock Lesnar versus Angle. Why not? Let's see it one more time, right?
Why not?
Hey, you know what? Even that, you know how they never had the WrestleMania Rewind? Why not? More fitting. Angle versus Lesnar, WrestleMania 19.
Yes.
That'll be fitting, right?
Mm-hmm.
But who knows, really? At the end of the day, if he does come back, great. If he doesn't, then you know what? It is what it is. I said it, Dave.
Hope he comes back.
I hope so, too. But then again, if he doesn't, then he stays in TNA, then so be it, too. You know? Yeah, he most likely should be put in the WWE Hall of Fame.
It'll be a TNA and WWE.
I see that.
They'll probably make a DVD out of him, the best of Kurt Angle in WWE. A DVD special.
You know that it's surprising they never made a best of Kurt Angle DVD in the WWE. They have made a Kurt Angle documentary, VHS tape.
It's true.
Yeah, but they never made a DVD where it has the best of his matches, and I was always shocked they never did that. You know, and it took them a while to do it for Chris Jericho at one point too. I'm like, when are you gonna do that for Chris Jericho? When are you gonna do that for Kurt Angle? You know what I mean?
Absolutely, I agree. I absolutely agree with that. You know, and again, you know, Kurt Angle is one of those guys where, you know, to me, you know, he is a cyborg. In my opinion, the guy is a cyborg, without a doubt. He's a cyborg. You know, he is a true definition of a cyborg, in my opinion, for his age. If pro wrestling was real, Kurt Angle would be the world champ right now.
Yes.
Right.
I agree.
What do you guys think, though? What do you guys think, though, about Angle and this whole, you know, contract dispute? Do you see him going back to WWE? Do you see him staying in TNA?
I think he'll go back to WWE. You know, I know he probably misses it, and yeah, he has a good run with TNA and stuff, but I think he's gonna realize, you know, he just wants, like you said, that last run in WWE, and WWE should be, you know, kind of proud to have him back. You know, even though Angle's not clearly, you know, Angle. Yeah, he's an older Angle, but can still wrestle.
Yeah.
It would be nice for him to have just that one last run, and then he could retire, and then he could stay in a Legends contract, like you said.
I even think about this too. Imagine, you know, him being a trainer at the Performance Center.
That too.
Imagine being a young rookie, an NXT rookie in WWE, at the Performance Center, being taught by one of the best in Kurt Angle. That should be a fucking honor right there.
Yes.
That should be a fucking privilege. Holy shit. Yeah, even though Angle will probably fuck you up, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, drop you on your head and, you know, fucking, you know, make you, you know, be gassed out. But that should be a fucking privilege, though, to be gassed out by Kurt Angle, an Olympic gold medalist. I'd take it.
Me too.
Where do I sign up? Where do I sign up? Holy shit. Yeah, you know. What do you think, Duo?
Right now, all I can say is whatever Kurt Angle decides, I'm gonna be up for it. If he stays with TNA, he stays in TNA. If he decides to go to WWE, he goes to WWE. But I'm not gonna be one of those fans that's gonna say, I want him at WWE so he can have another run with the WWE title. I mean, and that's the thing with fans. Not every time someone comes into WWE who is famous and that made an impact in that same company should have one last title run. I mean, let him come in there, you know, have a run with, like, say, a feud with, like, say, like you mentioned, Daniel Bryan or something like that. Like, have him make some memories, make some memorable moments, and have some memorable feuds and stuff. Don't necessarily needs to be having a title, in my opinion. But
Right.
whatever his decision, you know, so be it. You know, if he stays in TNA, he stays in TNA. Either one of those companies, he's still valuable. You know, he's still worth something to each of those companies. So it's not like he's not going to lose a lot of money if he leaves or choose not to go to the WWE. He's still going to be making money. He's still relevant in the wrestling scene. So either way, it's up to him. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. What do you think, Walter? Not legit.
What happened?
What do you think?
I already told you.
Oh fuck, man!
Yeah, he.
Damn it! Damn it! All right. So there you go, guys. Also, I read also. Apparently, we all heard about this. If you're on Twitter a lot, if you're on Twitter 24/7, well, I'm not, but you know. So what happened Tuesday? Right, I was going to work, and I turn off my phone, right, like I normally do, and I go on Twitter to check up on some final things, and I see the tweet by a TNA Hall of Famer, the icon Sting. He put a cryptic tweet. It said 7/14/14. It made you think, like, wait a minute, what the fuck does this mean? And a lot of people are making the speculation, oh, he's coming to WWE, he's making finally debut. And ironically, next week, though this Monday, Raw coming up on Monday, will be live from Richmond, Virginia. Now, listen to my thing. Listen, either that, he can probably be appearing on Raw, or it's just to announce that he'll be part of the video game, 2K14. But if it is to have him debut on Raw, number one, I think it's kind of random because number one, it's Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nothing against Richmond, Virginia, but I mean, it would be much better if let's say if it was in New York or a Chicago or in LA. You know what I mean? Hell, even Texas
Dallas.
or Boston. You know what I'm saying? Or Canada. All right, but if you think about it too, Ric Flair is supposed to be on the show also. So imagine Flair in the ring and out comes Sting. Now, I'm not implying that they're going to do a Sting versus Flair match. I think no one wants to see that. But, you know. But here's my thing, because you think about it, too. And I was thinking about this a couple of days ago. And I'm still thinking about it now. Sting coming to Raw. Okay? My only concern would be is that the casual fans don't give a shit. Or there's no reaction by today's casual fans who are, you know, the 9-year-old, the 10-year-old. You know what I mean? Because let's be honest, you know, people who know about Sting are, you know, the hardcore fan that have been watching since WCW days. Or, you know, 14 years ago or 13 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And today's casual fans, you know, all they know, you know, today's casual fans probably started watching wrestling. They'll probably tell you, oh, I started watching wrestling since 2006 or 2007. That's when I started watching WWE, and I've been in love ever since. But again, my only concern would be if there's no reaction for Sting. You know what I mean? That would be the only concern I have.
I mean, that's why Sting should return and like smart crowd, I think.
Exactly.
In New York. But I think he'll get a good reaction, maybe not loud, as loud as other people, but yeah, because Sting has never been to WWE, so people are gonna be like, who the hell's this? Maybe some casual fans, but they'll start to get to like him, I think. So maybe it could work. Maybe he'll come back Monday. I hope, but I think it's to promote the video game or something.
What do you think, Duo?
When I first heard about it, I was gonna do a video about it, but I didn't want to jump the gun and make some theories about it. Because I rather wait until it actually happens to actually give my full thoughts for when I do a video. But as far as the date is concerned, I think it might be a video game appearance, or it might be a documentary that's going to appear on the WWE Network. There's a lot of things that can come out of this. Him appearing, finally debuting in the WWE at Raw, a new documentary on the network, or just being on the video game. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of things we can think about what's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
For that date.
Absolutely.
You know, the sky's the limit. You know what I mean? For Sting right now.
The sky is the limit. Sky is the limit. So yeah, what else happened on this week of wrestling? Oh yeah, TNA.
I was about to say someone got speech endeavor, but I don't know if you want to talk about that. But we can talk about TNA.
Okay, you know what? Fuck it, we'll talk about it. You know, Now listen here, guys. Now listen here, okay? I'm not the kind of guy to kick someone while they're down. I'm not. I'm really not. People who know me know about that. But in this occasion, I'll make an exception.
Oh.
Now, I don't hate this person. I don't have any type of beef or anything like that. I just think that his views are that of a kiss ass. As in, they're trying to sell me something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, if you're wondering what the fuck I'm talking about, we'll say it. So, apparently, the Lex Man was future endeavored by WWE. Now, apparently he said something the WWE didn't like. Now, I'll give him credit where credit is due. He pretty much said his opinion. And you can't take that away from him. You can't. Whether you like him or not, you can't take that away from him. You can't.
Nope.
Whether, but I don't agree with his logic sometimes. He thinks that WWE is God's gift to wrestling when it's not, obviously.
No.
And apparently because of that, he got future endeavored by WWE. And apparently he said he wasn't getting paid, which I think is a total BS, but I think, hey, it is what it is. Apparently he had the network for free. Fucking bastard. But, the network for free. He had the network for free, and now it's no more. And what's funny is that last night, because of all this, he made a TNA Impact Wrestling review. How ironic is that, isn't it? How ironic, right? You get canned by WWE, so all of a sudden you make a TNA Impact Wrestling review, and your reason is because you say, because the New York taping this, and you're pretty much saying the same shit that the Slate Daddy was saying. Lack of originality, much, right?
Pretty much.
Lack of originality, yeah. Lack of a fucking originality, fucking mutt.
Hopped on the bandwagon.
Hop on that bandwagon, bro. Ride that shit. Ride that cock, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Peel my judge a lot. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mas puto. Now, again, listen, I don't hate the kid. People think, why do you hate him so bad? I don't hate him. I just don't like his point of view. I feel like he's kissing ass. Like he's WWE's version of Ted and Doug.
Who's that? Ted
You
and
never
Doug.
heard of Ted and Doug?
No.
All right, there are YouTubers that are being paid by TNA to praise TNA.
Oh, Bill and Doug.
Oh, my bad. Bill and Doug.
Okay.
Bill and Doug, my bad. Bill and
okay.
Doug. They were paid by TNA to praise TNA.
Really?
Yep.
Oh boy.
And that was the Lexan pretty much praising WWE through the good times to the bad times, right? Remember those videos? A view of a disgruntled WWE fan?
Yeah.
Right there, yeah. Right there. And I was gonna listen, if I was a fucked up person, I would have made memes on it, you know what I'm saying? And gone that route. Or made a video just being happy as shit, you know what I'm saying? But in a way, you gotta feel for the kid. You know what I'm saying?
No.
In a way. What do you mean, no?
No, don't. No, I was just agreeing with you. Sorry. My mind's on something else. Sorry about that.
I mean, listen, I don't hate the kid. I don't hate him. But I just feel like, again, bro, you get what you get, bro. You finally get yours. You get silenced by the WWE. Your parents, pretty much. You know? So my question is now, will he have a 90-day, no compete clause, or what the fuck is it now? Like, does he have a 90-day no compete? I wonder now.
I doubt that. One thing I'm wondering if he's gonna have a cease and desist on his mashups.
Apparently, for what I heard, he's still gonna do them, but he won't post them on the WWE channel or anything like that. He'll probably have to post it on his regular channel. But again, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? I give him credit where credit's due. You know what? He, say what you want about him. You know what I'm saying? You may not agree with everything that he says, but there's a reason why he has the following that he has.
Yes.
Even if he got it by doing the Zack Ryder theme song, for being the broski of the week. You know what I'm saying? Even though he may look like Ed from Good Burger. Or what my good friend Nate said, he looks like Marlon Wayans with dreads.
Ouch.
Or a raccoon dreads pretty much.
Wow.
But again, you know, I've seen worse people here, so whatever. TNA last night.
Yep.
I watched it. I'm gonna be honest. I was not going to review it, being that because myself and Knowledge of Wrestling, we were at the New York shows, and I feel like we already know what's happening so much ahead of time that it would be kind of like why we're reviewing what we know is gonna happen. You know what I mean? Because normally when you review a show, you give your thoughts on what you think is gonna happen.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, we know what's going to happen already, so why are we going to even review it? You know what I mean? Chris, you there? Okay.
Yeah, I heard you. Sorry.
Like, you're like, oh, yeah.
No, I was looking at this video on YouTube of like 5 things, like superstars that were in the WWE that we didn't know about. I was just seeing that it looked like AJ Styles was in the WWE, which I already knew about that. But go ahead. But we'll talk about TNA.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry
overall,
about that.
like I
Got a
said,
little sidetracked.
I wasn't going to review it because, again, myself and Knowledge of Wrestling were at the New York shows and we know what's going to happen already. And one thing is when you review a show, you give your thoughts on what you think is going to happen, but we know what's going to happen already in advance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we did.
Right.
Here we are. We're going to give our thoughts on the show. It was pretty much a championship showcase, pretty much, where every title was on the line, with the exception of the world title, because the world title, the winner, was going to be determined by a battle royal. A 20-man battle royal where the winner gets a shot at the world title at New York City. And Angle comes out and he talks about that, and he calls out Will the Wisp. Willow! And he tells Will, listen, for this match, I need the most competitive competitor in the business. In a nutshell, he says, I don't want Willow, I want Jeff Hardy. And the crowd was going apeshit for it. The crowd was going apeshit for Hardy, Hardy, Hardy. There was a woman with her son who was dressed up in all Willow gear, chanting for Hardy at the top of her lungs with her son. Knowledge, did you watch the show last night? Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched parts of it. I watched the opening segment though.
Chris, did you?
I didn't, but I just want to comment on the whole Willow thing. It, like you said, I want Jeff Hardy back. It's like, Jeff Hardy never left. That is Jeff Hardy just wearing a freaking mask. I mean, the whole Willow character is just Jeff Hardy wearing a mask. There was nothing different about Willow and Jeff Hardy. That's just me. That's just me. I mean, I like the vignettes. I like the way he does his promos, but his in-ring style and the way he looks is just screams, oh, it's just Jeff Hardy on a mean streak wearing a mask. So for that segment,
with the box braids, pretty much.
Yes. So for Kurt Angle to do, I want Jeff Hardy. It's like, just take off his mask and you have Jeff Hardy. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, they shake hands, they seal the deal. And then we get our first match of the night. We get a tag team match for the tag titles, obviously. We have the Wolf versus Bram and Magnus. Magnus going at it. And I thought this match was okay for what it was. It didn't go that long either. But the Wolves got the win here. At the end of the match, yeah, Magnus and Bram attacking the Wolf, but Bram going out of control here, and Magnus had to control him. Now, legit, your thoughts about that?
I like the Bram and Magnus tag team.
Gotta say, Magnus.
Yeah, that team. The Wolves, you know, they're just having these random tag team title matches. It's just, I mean, they need to have a feud sooner or later. I know they don't have a lot of tag teams out there. But,
what happened? What happened?
There's a butt.
What?
I saw something over there.
What are you talking about, bro? The cell phone? The cell. What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? You're seeing things, bro. You're seeing things again.
Nope.
I thought it was the phone, now it's back in your lap, and you're still seeing things, man. But yeah, after that we had, let me go back to my files here. Yeah, I take notes, people. What up? I take fucking notes. Who gives a shit, right? We had a promo by Bobby Roode. He talks about wanting something so badly. He talks about his title run back in the day, and he calls out MVP for a fight. And he counts to 10. He's like, if you don't come out of 10, I'm going to find you in the back. He's counting 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th count, out comes MVP. He's obviously in a wheelchair. And he calls Bobby a crybaby for, wanting to fight so badly and all that. And, pretty much that, call him a crybaby. And Bobby Roode goes up the rampway to attack MVP, but gets attacked by Kenny King. And then Eric Young tried to come out with the save. To no avail, he gets speared by Lashley. The Destroyer Lashley. So there you go. About that. And then we had, let's see here. Fuck. They had a promo by Sonata backstage with James Storm. He talks about, he tells Sonata that, you know what, Sonata, I like you. I really do. All right? But if you lose tonight to Austin Aries for the X Division title, you will disappoint the Great Muta. You will disappoint the Japanese culture. So you better not lose today. And let's be honest, the Great Muta is controlling you by you being the X Division champion. He told him at the end, just don't choke tonight. And then and obviously, Sonata can't speak English, to my knowledge, right? And yeah, they had the match, Saya Sonata versus Austin Aries for the X Division title, which I thought was the best match of the night, in my opinion. Probably was the best match of the night. It wasn't like your typical spot after spot fest, but it went back and forth. Aries kicked out of 2 moonsaults. Sonata kicked out of a brainbuster. And after that, Austin Aries hit the 450 splash for the win. But in this match, you saw Sonata mad. You saw him pissed. Furious. Could he get it done? No. I'll say this right now. I think right now, Saya Sonata is super impressive in TNA.
Yeah.
Apparently, TNA signed to a TNA contract, meaning he'll still work with Wrestle 1 with this promotion, but he's now part of TNA, which I think is a good thing. I think it's really a good signing for TNA. All right. I think, if all honesty, if you're gonna go to Japan for Bound for Glory, have Saya Sonata be the world champion. And let's be honest here. You're probably thinking, what the fuck you're saying, heel Steven? Well, let's be honest here. All right? TNA, they're going with culture here. You have Bobby Lashley, an African American who's the world champion, right?
Mm.
You don't see that in WWE.
Nope.
What about in TNA have a Japanese wrestler be the world champion? When was the last time you've seen a Japanese wrestler be a world champion in an American mainstream promotion?
ECW Masato Tanaka.
Yeah, but how long ago was that, though?
That was years ago.
Exactly.
That's the only one I can think of.
I can think of one guy. I think it was Takashi Morishima. I did a video for Ring of Honor back in 2007. And this guy, I did a video, gave my thoughts on my review, right? This guy said, I don't want to botch his name, so I'm going to go back to my review here. I don't want to botch the guy's name and shit. It was Satoshi Kojima.
Yeah.
He was the NWA World Champion.
Yes.
Yes, but again, the NWA isn't mainstream right now. I'm referring to mainstream promotion.
Yes.
I think, again, having Sonata be the world champ, going into Bound for Glory will be a good move. In my opinion. In my humble opinion.
It also depends how they build them up.
Exactly. What do you guys think about that?
I think it could work. They just need to have him into a program with a guy who can who's near main event level. Probably some old Joe, that could be a good feud. But yeah, Sonata. Aries winning the title. It's pretty cool.
We knew that happened already.
And yeah, Aries. That's awesome. It's crazy how Destination X is July 31st. So.
But yeah, if you see it on TV, yeah. I'm the guy we're literally in the 5th row. We have 2 signs, so yeah. No, it's us.
In my opinion, I think it would be a good move for TNA to try to get back up to where they used to be by using is it Wrestle 1 and New Japan they're having a relationship with?
It's just Wrestle 1.
Just Wrestle 1. I mean,
it's run by the Great Muta, so.
Alright, but just having a relationship with an international promotion can help them get back where they used to be in TNA. And if it takes to put a title on a foreign wrestler like Sanada, from Japan, why not? I mean, it's gonna bring in fans all over the world to
Diverse.
yes, it's going to be very diverse, and I think that's what TNA needs to go with, is to make it diverse. I mean, look, WWE is not as diverse as it used to be. You know what I mean? Let's be honest with ourselves. It's not as diverse, but when it comes to TNA, if they're going to go through that route to make it diverse, I think it could gain that popularity back again.
Exactly. Hopefully they can do it. I'm hoping that they can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But again, let us know your thoughts about that. And yeah, and after we had a segment with Bully Ray, he's in the ring, which is crazy. Like, there's massive promos here, but I didn't mind it really. Him talking about him being in shock that Rhino gored him last week. He wanted to know why he did it. He mentioned how him and Rhino were friends for so many years. And they mentioned, this, that, and out comes Rhino with EC3 and Rockstar Spud, and they're in the ring, and Bully Ray tells him, why you did it, why did you do it, why? And he mentioned, working through, Dixie Carter and with Paul Heyman. They mentioned Paul Heyman as well here in this promo.
Wow.
All right, then Rhino was like, you know what, you're a con artist. You've conned from so many people. You've conned from, Dixie Carter. You've conned from Paul Heyman. That's where they mentioned Heyman. Where he conned from Paul Heyman and all this and whatnot. And then Bully Ray tells him, but you know what, Rhino, you're responsible for being fired from WWE. You're responsible for being fired from TNA and all the other promotions you worked for. Pretty much in a nutshell, is Rhino being jealous of Bully Ray because he's going to be in the TNA Hall of Fame. Okay. And EC3 tells what, Rhino's working for us because obviously he needs money. He needs to provide for his family. He's a mercenary. But here's what I get that, but what gets me about this as well is that you're bringing back ECW. The whole thing focuses on the ECW guys instead of it focusing on EC3 and Rockers, but who are the young talent here? You would think because of the young talent, you want to put them over, but they're being overshadowed by the ECW guys. And I'm sure somewhere, and I agree with what the Lexman said there in his review, somewhere out there, Paul Heyman probably punching a wall, saying, let it die already.
Sure, I mean, it's not even, yeah, I mean, you just gotta, some fans just have to relax, Yes, ECW is a great promotion, but, like, it gets to the point where, like, sometimes you have to let it go. The guys are all older, and you just gotta let the young talent, rise.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
God forbid, how many reunion shows of ECW have we seen already?
We've seen a lot.
We've seen a lot. From One Night Stand to Hardcore Justice to even I forgot that one. What was that one that's called? Oh, Hardcore Homecoming, and there are others out there. I mean, I get the fact that ECW was very influential to the business, but now we're at a point where we have to say, let's let it go. Let's concentrate on the new talent and stop bringing up the past. Exactly. You know what I mean? And I would agree with you that Paul Heyman would say the same thing.
Hey guys, give me like 2 minutes. I'll be right back. All right.
All right. I would say the same thing, that let it die. You know what I mean? It's gone. It's over. And the fact that Vince McMahon kind of run it to the ground, in my opinion, pretty much says it all. You know what I mean?
Exactly. They tried the experiment, right? They brought back ECW as a TV show, a 1 hour show, and it was working for a little bit, but then, it just became a developmental type of show after that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the moment when they decided to let go Paul Heyman, that's when it went downhill from there. You know what I mean? And during that time, Paul Heyman was having creative control over that brand until all of a sudden they took it away from him, but he was still on the roster. But after what was it? December to Dismember. After that, boom, he was gone. They decided to let him go because they say, oh, he didn't believe in the new vision for ECW. And like, you can't think of a new vision for ECW. ECW had its vision, and it should have stuck with it with Paul Heyman running the show. And after that, and after December to Dismember,
It went
we should have
downhill.
just let it go. People should have
Exactly.
just let it go after that.
Indeed. Absolutely. Yeah, there you go. Then we had the Knockouts Fatal 4-Way. Angelina Love versus Brittany versus Madison Rayne versus Gail Kim. And this match was not the best match on the card, I will say. It was okay, but it wasn't the best match. Brittany looked way off in this match. Way off. It didn't go long. Each woman hit their finisher. And Gail Kim pinned Angela Love for the win. So there you go, right? And then we got the main event of the evening. The main event with the Battle Royal, 20-man. The winner getting a shot at Lashley in New York for the world title. And this match, I will say this, there was a lot of eliminations, but I was saying to myself, and I did say this in my review, where the fuck was Samoa Joe?
Again, he disappeared.
Where's Samoa Joe? Where's Austin Aries? Where's the Wolves, you know? American Wolves, you know?
Yeah, those.
But again, this match was, elimination going fast left and right. And you down to your final four, it was Kenny King, you had Jeff Hardy, no surprise, Eric Young, and Bobby Roode. And just when Bobby Roode was about to eliminate Kenny King, MVP was ringside, attacked Bobby Roode with the crutch, which caused Kenny King to eliminate Bobby Roode. And from behind, Eric Young eliminated Kenny King. Down to your final two, Jeff Hardy and Eric Young. Gee, who would win this one, right? No surprise. And this match, when they were in the ring, it didn't go long, but Jeff Hardy got the win. And the show ended up with Bobby Lashley and Jeff Hardy having a stare down to end the show. Impact last night wasn't bad. I'll say it was a very good show. I enjoyed it for what it was. All right, I think right now TNA is making a mass improvement in their product going into the New York tapings. So I'm expecting good things from TNA. I really am. All right, and I hope they can be consistent. They keep the ball rolling, heading to Bound for Glory and all that.
Sounds like they're making improvement.
They are. I can see
like
that right now. And it's funny, if you're a guy who bashes TNA, if you're a smart, how can you bash it you don't watch? You know what I'm saying?
Very true. Very true.
Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense to me. I can say, oh, I hate fucking golf or I hate baseball, but, I don't watch it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. What else happened this week? So, I'm going to tell you guys. Last week was UFC 175. And the big talk of this was Ronda Rousey.
Ronda.
Yep, Ronda. That chick. 16 seconds. The first fight in UFC history to go into a Vine or to go to Instagram.
Yeah, it was all over social media. It was crazy.
16 seconds, bro. I think what happened was people were saying, oh, it was the punch that rocked Alexis Davis. I think the judo takedown, the hip toss, is what really fucked over Alexis Davis. The impact of landing on the canvas. People, when they fight Ronda Rousey, they focus so much on protecting themselves from the armbar that they forget that, this chick is a judo expert. She is a judo bronze medalist, an Olympic bronze medalist in judo. You know what I'm saying? I think, in all honesty, she has the best armbar in all MMA. The best handwork in MMA right now. She is that chick. She is that chick right now. I think the next logical fight would be her versus Chris Cyborg if they manage to bring her to the UFC, which I don't think will happen, but if they do, great.
Yeah, she needs more competition.
Yeah, she does.
Like better competition.
I really need to see more of her work because I've been hearing a lot of good things about this lady, and I need to see more of her work because I'm into MMA too. I've been out of the loop for a while, but I really need to see this girl because I've been hearing a lot of good things about her. I just want to see how she is.
Absolutely. But again, to me right now, Ronda Rousey is that chick. She is. She is that chick, and again, not only that, but she's beautiful. She's amazing. She can just fuck you up though, which is amazing too. And I don't use it that often, but you kind of get the idea of what I'm going with that, right?
Yes.
And also, what else here happened? BJ Penn retirement after
That
losing on
shocked
Sunday.
me.
I mean, I kind of expected it, because let's be honest, BJ been around for so many years.
Yes.
And I'll be honest, I was going for Frankie Edgar, because I'm from Jersey and so is he, right? But a part of me wanted to see BJ pull it off, right? Shock the world, if you will, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen. I think, honestly, if you put BJ in his prime, he probably would have had a better result against Frankie Edgar, in my opinion. What got to me, too, about this fight is BJ's corner. Like, they were mostly encouraging him to continue on, but not giving him a strategy or a plan on what to really do. You know what I'm saying? You got to have the strategy. You got to have a game plan on what you're going to do in a fight to win. Yes, you can encourage somebody to continue on to pull off the fight, but come on. You know what I mean? It's total horseshit, if you ask me. I ask you another question. This is an opinion, an option here, all right? Do you guys think that the YWC hit a low point ever since Spinnernet 1 took his ball and went home?
I'll be honest with you, I don't know much about Spinnernet 1.
So
All I know is
he was a legend, the Hall of Famer.
But a lot of people mistaken me for him. A lot of people say Spinnernet.
How can that be?
I don't know. It's like when they see my videos, they say Spinnernet. Is that you? I'm like, I am not fucking Spinnernet. Like seriously.
Spinnernet, damn, you got tall, Spinnernet. You got tall.
I was like, is Spinnernet a freaking wrestler? No.
You built some muscle mass. You got some muscle mass there going for you.
Oh my god.
Did you revamp your apartment? No, but in a serious note, like I feel like I've been hearing from people all like, yo, the YWC hasn't been the same ever since Spinnernet left.
I think it took a decline, maybe a little bit. Just a little, because Spinnernet was one of those guys that were there for like many years.
Since like 06 when the YouTube started.
He's been there forever now.
The legend.
At least I don't know where is he.
I think what really fucked him over was him begging for money.
That too. Really a lot of trolls. Too many trolls, and then.
So that's what just fucked him over, though. Him asking for money and shit, Yeah.
And since he retired from watching wrestling too, so
yeah,
he stopped watching wrestling, and he was just talking about other things, and people were like, "Where's the wrestling?" And
talk about the politics and sports. Kind of sad though. I mean, it's a shock, but things don't last forever. I've missed that guy, but hey, he took his ball and went home, just like some guy we know.
Will you get off?
It's like some guy, some quitter.
Oh my god.
Okay, it's funny we mentioned him, right? All right, so right now it is April. It is July 11th. 7-Eleven free Slurpee Day.
Oh shit!
I got my free Slurpee today.
Was it a big cup or was it a small cup?
It was small.
Whatever. But point is though, right? In 6 days from now, something happened. Something's gonna happen in 6 days from now. You all know what that is?
What?
Your birthday?
What?
Your birthday or they already passed?
Something's happening in 6 days.
What's that?
Someone's contract is expiring with WWE, and that person is CM Punk.
Oh.
Will he renew it?
His contract expires literally in 6 days. Now, let me ask you all a question here. Number one, do you think that the WWE, or wrestling as a whole, has really been down ever since he left? Do you feel like he needs to come back, or has it been the same without him? Or do you feel like, you know what? Do you see WWE trying to work something out with Punk?
I don't think they'll try. I just can't see it. Because I heard that, Triple H and Vince, they feel betrayed, kind of.
Now, here's what I'll say.
So.
Knowing Vince McMahon, he is one of those guys that's willing to give people a second chance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's done it before. He's done it to so many people. He's given them second chances.
Mm-hmm.
The problem, though, however, is that Vince McMahon, day by day, is losing power in WWE.
Yeah.
He's like he's been hit by the crush card from Yu-Gi-Oh! You know what I'm saying? And he's losing power day by day by Seto Kaiba, a.k.a. Triple H.
Really, dude? Seto Kaiba, Triple H?
Hell yeah.
Oh, wow. I like to see that crossover.
You know what I'm saying? He's rich. You know, he has his own dual disc set and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Had a better tournament than Pegasus and Duelist Kingdom.
You know, it's funny. Just recently, I started watching Yu-Gi-Oh again on Hulu, and I finally, after 10 years, I finally started playing the video game, and I'm hooked.
Yes, the video game is addicting.
Now just a beast in that game, right?
I want to say beast, but it is pretty addicting.
I heard you were undefeated, right? In Duel Monsters?
I didn't say that shit.
You were undefeated. He's undefeated. Now, I was undefeated. I was undefeated back in the day. I was undefeated. I never lost a duel. I never did. I just never competed in tournaments.
Wow.
I never did. I thought I was overrated.
You cool with money.
Seeing a bunch of pencil neck geeks there. With their little, sitting there on at a Game World store and shit, just sitting there with their cards and shit, having a clock. Like, nah, fuck that, bro. I ain't doing this shit. I'd be it. And besides, I had the crush card. I had a crush card.
I'm still trying to find that card in the video game right now.
I had crush card. Had Exodia.
Exodia.
Hell yeah. I had Exodia. I remember this one time, right? I was doing somebody. You gotta get when you gotta draw 5 cards, right, and to start off, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I drew one time. I drew all 5 parts of Exodia.
What?
For the win, yeah, I won.
That's crazy.
Hell yeah, and I won.
That's crazy. And you shuffled the deck.
I did. I shuffled the deck.
Shuffle the deck? No way.
And the guy shuffled my deck too. He shuffled my deck, or I shuffle it.
Wow. That was bad shuffling then.
Hey, I won.
We got in one. Wow. In one turn, man. Damn.
Hell yeah, it's over. It's over with. I'm undefeated. I'm like Floyd Mayweather. I'm like Floyd Mayweather Jr. Duel Monster. What the fuck? No, but on a serious note, though, back to I think, again, with CM Punk, listen, I don't hate the guy. You know what I'm saying? Even though I may come off like I do, I just don't agree with the way he left.
Hmm.
I feel like, again, the guy complained, he bitched, but then again, people felt, hey, he was a former WWE champion. The longest reigning champion in the last 20 years.
Yep.
Yeah, probably the best run as champion in the last 20 years. Granted, he never main evented, which sucked, but, hey, you were the champion. You held that strap. You were making millions of dollars. Right?
Millions of dollars.
His merch is still selling off the wall, but whatever's left now is now hell a low price, but you get the idea. Right?
Yep.
And all of this, he's making money, alright? And he let people down. I won't forgive him for letting people down at WrestleMania weekend, even though I wasn't there, but I have friends who were there, who paid money to see him at the VIP session at Access.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of these CM Punk defenders, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say no name here, but they know who they are. They don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? In their eyes, CM Punk did the best thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? And in their eyes, oh my God, when CM Punk left, it was like a fucking parade. But they don't get it. They don't understand the business.
Nope. CM Punk did was pretty disrespectful.
Exactly.
And no matter how much you hate your boss or the company, you still got a contract with obligations.
Mhm.
Just don't leave like that. It doesn't work like that. At least not in sports. I know this is sports entertainment. Still, it's kind of similar. And now that his contract expiring, what are they gonna do? You might as well just let it expire and he'll officially be gone from the company.
Yeah.
Now, people are saying because AJ Lee came back and AJ Lee's married to CM Punk, do you think that, hey, the possibility that, hey, he could come back because of that? I don't think so. I mean, I would love to see it happen. Why not, right? On a Raw, have his theme song music played and, or have a new theme song come out for him, right? But,
Possible.
I mean, he's like, oh, well, what if he says it nice? He's not gonna say it nicely. If he doesn't sign that, you know what? If you want to find out what he did, I'm sure. You know what? Hey, in a couple of weeks, where's this shit at? Don't say it here, but I'm sure. Hey, in a couple months after, there'll be a shoot interview either by HighSpots.com or RF Video. He'll explain why he did what he did.
Or he might not say anything at all.
All right, might not. He'll probably do, The Talking Dead, or he'll do these other random shows, do charity work, but who knows? But he made money.
Yeah.
But he let so many people down.
But I do want to make a comment for those fans who believe that CM Punk is gonna fix wrestling if he ever comes back. Oh, it's wrestling is not the same without CM Punk. Well, here's some brutal truth. No wrestler is irreplaceable.
And no wrestlers are bigger than the WWE.
Right.
Or wrestling.
Because if that was the case, the moment Hulk Hogan left the WWE, WWE would have went out of business. If that was the case. If people are gonna say no one's irreplaceable, or that there are certain people who are bigger than WWE. Hulk Hogan, if he left, WWE should have been out of business a long time ago. Because when Hulk Hogan left, who was the next person in line? Bret Hart. After Bret Hart left, then it was the Stone Cold Steve Austins. Then it was The Rocks. Then it was John Cena. WWE's gonna survive. Even if John Cena left, it's still gonna survive without him because they're gonna find that next guy to take his place. You know what I mean? So with CM Punk being gone, WWE is still standing. You know what I mean?
I agree. I absolutely agree with that. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm sure there'll be a shoot interview where he'll explain why he did what he did. But who knows, right?
Only time will tell.
But I'll say this too. I'll give another example too. Okay. WrestleMania 30, Brock Lesnar conquered the streak, right? People were just shitting on Brock, sending him death threats and all that, right? But because he's another champion, hey, you beat Cena, we're gonna love you.
Dang.
Hypocrisy 101. I might do a video on that too. I might do a parody video on that.
I mean, that's how much people hate Cena. I mean, they'll cheer for a guy who did something that, to me, was far worse.
I'll do a parody video. I'll do a parody video on that.
That shit was sick.
I would love to see that.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna come with a polo. You're gonna love it. I'll probably do after SummerSlam. I'll do it. The Logic with the IWC. Don't know yet, but I'm still thinking about it though. Is there anything we didn't cover this week? Anything in particular that we didn't cover? I don't know. I don't know.
You guys already talked about Emma last week?
Yeah, we did. Not surprised there. Oh, apparently, yeah. WWE not big on Adam Rose. Not surprised.
sucks.
What
I
about
think,
Adam Rose?
yeah, apparently Vince McMahon's not big on Adam Rose. Neither is the management. Yeah. Here's what I think. Here's what they should have done. You know what? If you're gonna bring him up, let him be Leo Kruger, but not from NXT, but the Leo Kruger from FCW.
Yeah, the Leo Kruger character wasn't. It was alright, but I think he knew that WWE wasn't gonna do much with that character.
And apparently
So,
now that Santino is gone, he's gonna fill in that role of the comedic character.
That's so stupid. I thought Damien Sandow was filling that role.
I don't know, bro. I don't know if they stand out. You know, but I'm still in favor. Hey, they go back to Chicago, have Sandow dressed as CM Punk in the opening segment of the show.
He'll wear the shirt, the wrist, the X thing, the tape.
Yeah, the tape, yeah, Punk Dow, yeah, CM Punk Dow.
CM Punk. Oh God.
CM Dow, yeah, the
CM Dow. CM Dow.
Sam Dow Punk.
Sandow Punk.
You know what I'm saying? Well, who knows, really? Yeah, who knows? You know what I'm saying? But, yeah. Yeah, I watched NXT yesterday. I watched NXT.
Yes.
I thought it was a good show, but the main event was Sami Zayn, Adrian Neville, and Tyson Kidd and Justin Gabriel. Obviously, Tyson Kidd and Justin Gabriel are the heels on the show. They're heels, right? And they're being labeled as guys who are trying to find their spot again, right? You know what they remind me of, in all honesty? College kids who graduated high school, but they still try to party with high school kids. Act like they're still big shot. That's what they remind me of.
Because they're on NXT?
Yeah, because they're on NXT with the young talent. That's literally what they remind me of.
I can see that analogy.
Get over, but they have to pick on the guys who didn't even make the main roster yet. Pretty
much, yeah. But yet on Superstars, Tyson Kidd jocked at fucking what's this dude's name? Fucking Curtis Axel.
Curtis Axel.
Yep. So it's like, what the fuck,
Like, when he's on the main roster, he has a job on NXT. He's like one of the top guys there.
Here's also one more thing about AJ Lee and Paige, right?
Yeah.
People have been talking about, oh, fuck Paige, whatever. But I'll say this, listen. I think Paige is the better pro wrestler than AJ Lee.
She has better in-ring wrestling.
It's in her DNA. She's been doing this since she came out the womb. If you watch her stuff on her indie days in the UK, you'll be surprised what she done. You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
She had a match with her mom.
Wow.
A match with her mom. Yeah, that's right. A match with her mom.
I gotta see that. I want to see that now.
Yeah, I think it should be on the internet. I think it's Brittany Knight versus Sana. I forgot the mom's name, but yeah, they had a match.
Like, I've seen father and son wrestle, but I've never seen a mother and daughter wrestle. That's something I'd like to see.
Let's put it this way, right? If Paige and AJ Lee would have a 60-minute Iron Woman match, right?
Yeah.
Who would think would hang in 60 minutes?
Paige.
Exactly. Do you think AJ Lee for 1 minute can go 60 minutes? Non-stop. She'll get out-wrestled by Paige. I think Paige will run circles through her. Literally run circles.
Yeah, but the problem is WWE made Paige, they made people not care about Paige. And that's why people are shitting on Paige, because we don't really know much about Paige, unless you looked at her indie stuff and NXT. But when she's on the main roster, she's not doing anything really. I mean, now she's going to have a feud, and she'll probably turn heel, and maybe it'll become better.
But I think that's the problem with certain fans. They don't follow the indies. So the WWE, wherever they see the WWE, that's their first impression.
Exactly.
Like, for example, when Daniel Bryan first came in to the WWE on NXT, and he was losing match after match after match, people were saying, I can't believe this guy was trained by Shawn Michaels. He sucks. You know what I mean? And that's like, I was like saying, have you seen his stuff in the indies? Have you seen his stuff in his career? He has more experience than half of the new guys in there, and you're saying this crap. You haven't even know who this guy is. But then I have to remember that there are fans out there who believe that the WWE is the center of the universe when it comes to professional wrestling, and when it comes to newcomers coming in, that's their first impression. So I wouldn't give with those particular fans, I wouldn't be too upset with them. But at the same time, if you want to be a real wrestling fan, do your fucking research. Is what I would say to them. Do some research.
It goes back to what I said in my video on how to get noticed in this community. You gotta do your research, bro. You gotta know what the fuck you're talking about. You won't believe how funny it is when I come on here and I see people send me a video. Hey, can you check out my video, man? I appreciate if you do. And it's a kid who's he's 16 or 14 years old, right? He talking about the Attitude Era, but yet he was born in 2003.
Oh god.
Or 2000. Or 2000. I'm sorry, 2000. What do you mean? 2014. What do you mean? 14 years old, but you were born. You get the idea, right? You kind of get the idea here. Started watching wrestling in 2006, whatever it may be. But they don't know shit about the Attitude Era, but they talk about it.
Maybe they know the history.
Or there's people here that talk about the indies, but don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
They pretend to watch.
Yeah, they pretend like, yo, what the don't be a fucking poser and shit. You know what I'm saying? Do your fucking research.
Yeah. I think it's because everyone is praising the Attitude Era on the internet that he feels that if I talk about the Attitude Era, it's gonna get me brownie points.
Anything about it too, the Attitude really wasn't the best era of all time.
It wasn't. No.
The best era was the 80s, the 90s, the golden era. That was the best era of wrestling. To me, the Attitude Era, yes, it was good for what it was, but it gave you everything, pretty much.
It gave us everything, and at the end of the day, it was a desperate move of the WWE to survive.
Exactly.
That's what the Attitude Era was all about. Because they were being overlooked by WCW and ECW. So they had to do whatever it took to get that audience back. And that's grow up with the fans that love the 80s. And now that there's no more competition, they're going back to what they used to do. Entertain kids.
Indeed,
and you can't blame WWE for that.
I can't. You can't hate on that. You really can't hate on that. You can't. Let's see here. So yeah, I mean, again, people need to really wake the fuck up on this shit, you know? Just be fans. Be a fan. Be a fan.
Yeah.
Enjoy what's given. Appreciate what's given to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't act like WWE is God's gift. You know what I'm saying? I find it funny how people say, "Oh, I'm a fan of wrestling, but I've been a huge fan of WWE since, you know, get the fuck out of here with that shit." Like, here's my thing. I said it before. The minute you treat this like a job, you learn to hate this.
Yeah.
I find it funny when people kiss so much ass to one promotion. It's not even funny. You know, they put hashtag WWE family. What family? What family is this? The fuck out of here with this shit. Listen.
What, they're part of a WWE family? I would say universe. I would say universe, fine, but not family. Come on.
Listen, I spit in the face of the fucking WWE universe. I'm not part of a WWE universe. I'm part of the wrestling world. Wrestling, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is why I say all the time. I hate it, when I get a shout out from people, and they label me as a WWE fan. I hate that. It pisses me off. I'm not a one brand fan. I am a wrestling fan.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I hate that shit when people, oh, I've been a fan of WWE. It's like, it makes you look so minor league. So bush league in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear that from a lot of people I debate with about wrestling too. It's like, oh, I've been watching wrestling since I was since the 1993, and I'm like, well, have you been watching wrestling since you were 3 years old? And guess what? I'm 31 years old, so do the math. You know, and it's like I don't care how long you've watched it. If you've if you could have watched wrestling since 2006, but if you've done the research, if you've read your books and documentaries, shoot interviews and whatnot, and have a good mind for the business, I'll respect you on that. But don't say, "Oh, I've been watching it for this amount of years." You can be watching it for this amount of years and you don't know shit about the business. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, and they praise Dave Meltzer in The Observer. And they pay $15 a month. You know what I'm saying? They pay $15 a month for a newsletter for some guy who was the original member of the Kiss My Ass Club since 1987. You know what I'm saying? And to hear one guy's opinion, that's a problem with the community as well. Everyone is so emotionally invested in someone's opinion that they're too lazy to have their own opinion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They just agree. Agree on.
Exactly. They agree on someone else's point of view and they think, oh, no, it's not.
That's
The Wrestling
right.
Observer newsletter is not the fucking Bible of wrestling. Let me tell you that right now.
But has Dave Meltzer ever been part of the business itself though, or just a critique, an observer?
I think he is a critiquer. I think to my understanding, from what I've heard, from what I've listened to and shit, through Solo Monster, through the Solo Monster sound off. Apparently, Meltzer was at one time good friends with Vince McMahon. This was before Vince ever got big.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he was close with Vince until obviously Vince got big and pushed away the dirt sheets, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I think Meltzer still goes to these press conferences and shit and does appearances. But I mean, to my understanding, he's never been a wrestler.
Hmm.
He's just 45, whatever it is, 50-year-old wrestling junkie, pretty much.
Right.
Like me, honestly, I have more respect for guys like Bill Apter than I do for Dave Meltzer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
That's me, of course. To me, Bill Apter is the OG of the internet wrestling community. Even though he looks like my calc teacher from high school, but hey, But to me, he looked like, to me, he is the OG, of wrestling. Yeah, he knows. The guy knows what he's talking about. It's amazing how the guy doesn't get enough credit for what he does. But y'all praise Meltzer like he's God's gift, right?
Meltzer's, I don't know. I disagree with him most of the time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna piss off a lot of marks. You're the same mark that put star ratings in their fucking reviews in the description box. I laugh at that, like, yo, how the fuck can you put star rating in your fucking reviews of each match? But yet these guys, they can't even lay pipe to their ladies on a 5-star level.
They go in depth.
Fuck out of here.
I do want to make one more comment about the fans out there. I got in this debate with this other person about John Cena and how the WWE is the PG era, and pretty much explain.
Is he a YouTuber or is he just like some regular
I think he's not a YouTuber. He's just a regular. I think he's a regular person that likes to comment on other people's videos and stuff like that. And I was commenting on this one video about John Cena. Is he the worst main event babyface of all time and stuff? And this guy was like talking about how the PG era is ruining wrestling and that it's always playing off for kids. And I'm like saying, well, you're talking about the past, how it was better, but wasn't the 80s and 90s directed towards kids too? And he goes off saying, well, they were more manly than today. I'm like the characters back then were just as cheesy and corny as today. And I was explaining that. And then I was also explaining that, one of the biggest problems with professional wrestling fans today is they no longer look at the magic anymore. I mean, think back when we were kids. We believed what we saw in the ring. We thought that people actually hated each other. We thought that people actually were that character in their everyday lives. We didn't have the internet where we were reading the dirt sheets and finding out who's hurt and what's going to happen in the next few weeks. Everything was there, right in our, like right there, and we didn't even know what was going to happen until it happened. You know, and I think that we don't look at the magic anymore. All we're looking at is what's behind the curtain. You know what I
Indeed,
mean?
absolutely.
And as I tell this to people, and I learned this from the I don't know if you ever heard of the Angry Wrestling Vet. Have you ever heard of him?
I've seen some posts on Facebook. Apparently he revealed who he was.
Yeah. And he said this that really spoke balance to me, is that we need to watch wrestling through the eyes of a child.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
and I was like thinking about it, it's like I see what he's saying, you know, because back in the day we believed in that magic.
Yep.
And if you ever seen my reaction videos, those are my genuine reactions to some of the matches from the pay-per-views I watch. And I look at it from the eyes of a child and not as a wrestler and a wrestling fan that's been watching wrestling for so many years. I want to enjoy wrestling, and then after I watch it, then I'll start critiquing it. But as you sit down and watch it, look at it from the eyes of a child, and then you'll probably understand why certain wrestling companies makes decisions that they make. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, this pretty much, because there isn't much to talk about. I mean, I guess. Oh, one thing I'll say.
Yeah.
People need to let go of things. Let it go. I'm not gonna say no names, but if you're gonna do a hangout, you can't do a hangout with always mentioning one certain wrestler that's no longer around anymore. Now I'm gonna say all. I'm not gonna say no name, but there you go. And that wraps up this week's podcast. We thank you all for tuning in, like you do every week. As always, I'm Heel Steven. You can follow me on Twitter at Heel Steven. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Heel Steven. Double Z TV had to leave because he had to go to work earlier. So there you go. If you want to subscribe to this channel, down below in the description as well, as long as everyone's channel, as well as two petitions. One is to promote, one is to reinstate Andre Corbill's YouTube channel, which I think is no longer necessary because I think he's, finally, content with what he has now. But still, I think it's a good cause. Also, a petition to get the British Bulldog into the WWE Hall of Fame. I think that's also a good cause as well. Let's make it happen. So there you go. Also, subscribe to this channel, and as well like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GutCheckPodcast.
Yeah. I'm Knowledge at Wrestling. You can follow me on Twitter at HeyOnWalter, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Knowledge at Wrestling.
And this is Duo Dreamer. Check out my channel on YouTube, Duo Dreamer 2K26. And if you ever get the chance, people, check out my wrestling matches for RWA Renegade Wrestling Alliance and our YouTube channel, the RWA Forever.
And that's all that. What do you want?
Not the bear again.
Go Kev! Go Kev!
All right, that's it. Raphael, shoot him away.